Welcome in, sim racing fans. Here we got the season opener live from the virtual Daytona International Raceway. My name is Sean Stan. We got Adam Cohn as well as Marvin S up here in the booth tonight. I'm probably going to step back here behind the scenes, but Marvin as well as Adam, how are you two doing on this wonderful, wonderful racing?
Well, doing well, Sean. Glad to be here and looking forward to some great action here at Daytona.
All right, well, Adam will join us here in just a few moments' time, but we already have cars rolling up here on the grid. Marvin, I appreciate you joining me. Adam, I appreciate you joining me here tonight. We got some great racing ahead of us. The Daytona 500, 200 laps of racing, 500 miles of 500 miles of racing here. Brian Reyes, as a matter of fact, he's going to slap it on the pole here tonight. Driver 21, Chevrolet Camaro. How about Jeremy Pienta, though, right as well? He's going to put it right there on the starting row, right there, P2. Colin Grace, how about Kotzik, Mike Chapman, Angel Delgado, Jackson Brown, Trenton Johns, Samuel Letchfield, Michael Ponder Jr. rounding out that top 10. Position 11 and 12 belonging to Ryan Kilbashian as well as Nicholas Rode. We got a 24 driver grid here tonight. These drivers are locked in and ready to go. What's something that you're going to keep an eye on here tonight, Marvin? We're going to have some pretty nice bump drafts with these Gen 6 NASCAR Cup cars.
Yeah, Sean, with the Gen 6 Cup cars, I like how they draft. Because of the flat bumper in the back, you're able to tuck in behind the car in front of you and get a nice push throughout the corner. With the newer style Gen cars, they have more of a little rounder rear bumper, so it's a little bit harder to try to keep the cars in line, which adds to more time for mistakes. But with these cars, you should see them all tuck up right behind each other and get good runs throughout the whole race.
Gonna have to be something that we keep an eye on. Here we go, green flag racing from the world center of racing. We've waited a whole off season for it. The Overdrive Cup Series and is live from the Daytona International Speedway. Oh, look at Angel Delgado, a big issue for the number 90 Ford Mustang earlier on in this race.
Oh, looks like the 90 car, yes, there's an issue right there, falling back to the back. I don't know if there's going to be an issue there with mechanically or is just a part of a strategy. Some of these drivers may tuck into the back to try to avoid any issues to be right there towards the front as the race progresses.
Side by side, 7, 8, and 9 rows back here from the long back straightaway here from Daytona International Speedway. Brian Reyes slapped it out there on the pole. Looks like he's continuing to lead the pack here out of turn number 4. Will the 21 lead lap number 1, or will it be Jeremy Pienta, number 77, around that outside line? Momentum working for that Subway Chevrolet Camaro, 77 leading lap number 1.
That was a nice turn of events right there for the number 77. He ducked back down onto the inside road, trying to be the control car, trying to make sure to keep both rows in check as we look at the rear bumper of the number 77 Subway Chevy Camaro.
Side by side, continuing out here from Daytona International Speedway. Once again, you guys, your ears did not deceive you. We also have WX Fan 21, Adam, up here in the booth as well. Adam, if you are clear to go, you are clear to join us up here in the booth. If you need a little bit more time, that is A-okay as well. These drivers have all the time in the world here tonight. Long time to go, long time to get there. One faster pair available. We're keeping things cordial here at the start of this race.
It looks like the cars are going in and out, dicing and banging right there through turn 1. As we see the number 77 in the off left to the screen, going in onboard camera, looking at the number 28 Menard Chevy. Definitely going to be a little bit of strategy here to try to see which lane is going to be the optimal preferred lane.
Continuing to see the momentum work for these Gen 6 NASCAR Cup cars. Unfortunately, Brian Reyes, he's going to lose 5 spots right now. Remember, Brian, he started out on the lead of this race. He was the pole sitter. Unfortunately, he's going to drop down to P6. We do start to see the single file run starts here. And real quick, real quick at a race restart, unfortunately, the race start here for Angel Delgado. Hopping on board, listen in. So that's second, that's third. He has no gear there. He's not able to get it into gear. That sounds like a hardware issue for Angel Delgado.
That's so unfortunate for Angel, up there on front and then just have a mechanical issue. It looks like he might have gotten it back up. Yeah, that's gonna be hard to take right now.
Brian Reyes continuing to fight down that inside line, only coming to the 5th lap down out of 200 within this Daytona 500-esque race. Jackson Brown, our one Canadian driver up out here tonight, he is going to lead lap number 5, coming to lap 6. Jackson Brown, he has showed us the pace both as well as last season, as well as already tonight. That number 96 Toyota Camry, there's only 4 in the field tonight. 2 of them are in the front row. 96, 98 Jackson Brown, Nicholas Road, as well as, well, we got the Chevrolet kind of brigade there between Jeremy Pienta, Trenton Johns, Ryan Kilbashian. You can call that the Sean and Tater curse. As a matter of fact, Logan Pierman that's another Toyota Camry here tonight, not quite having as much speed as Jackson Brown and Nicholas Road just yet.
Yeah, as we take a look on board camera, we are looking at these drivers dicing and banging right here.
Sean, check your GM.
Looks like a little bit on the outside lane was a little bit slow towards the start, and it was going to be a single file race, but looks like that outside groove is starting to work back in as this race progresses.
Right now, I really like the 15th through 20th running drivers right now. Right now, they have their own sort of pack starting to run, but I think this is the safest spot to be right now. I know we do have one fast repair early on in this race, but I don't know. Things are going to continue to tick off pretty quick here.
Yeah, as these drivers try to settle back in line, I kind of like what that second pack is doing. Just watching, just maintaining speed, not lose the draft, but just maintain there. The only issue I have is I see a lot of swerving side to side, so they would have to be more of a single file type of pack in order to keep that consistency and make sure that this front pack doesn't get away with them. But they also have to keep in mind that if there's an accident, they'll be able to have more than enough time to go away from that and avoid any accidents.
Looking at Corey here, the driver of the number 82, a rookie driver within the Overdrive Cup Series League. He's fallen off here a little bit of the pace. I'm not sure if it's just damage or just trying to... he's lost the pack here. You're definitely going to need the pack to make some speed here tonight. Is once again back up to the lead pack. Trenton Johns, the number 28, is back out. He's going to continue to lead some laps here, but he's got Jackson Brown right there with him. How about Ryan Kilbashian, Nicholas Road, Doug Proctor, our top 6 right there. Don't count out Jeremy Pienta as well. Number 77, Subway Machine, knows how to hold a line here from the super speedways.
Yeah, it looks like action is getting a little dicey up there towards the front. It keeps going back and forth. But that's the thing with these super speedways. One corner, you may be the leader. The next corner, you may actually be in the back of the pack. You never know. So that's the great thing about Daytona, is that it's always some filled action. Never blink an eye, because what you think could happen will happen.
Well, walk us through kind of the momentum here. I know we're looking at a little bit of a time machine, if you will, here back to the Gen 6 cars. But, I mean, compared to the Gen 7 cars, it's a completely different sort of run of momentum. Look at the run, especially the bottom side of the track here. A little bit shorter way around the Daytona International Speedway, but you definitely don't have as much momentum as that high side there. This time we saw the smaller distance around Daytona play a factor. There is Trenton Johns back out to the race lead.
Yeah, absolutely, Sean. That's one of the things, is that with this Gen 6, it looks like you can tuck up to that rear bumper more, carry more speed, as long as the driver in front of you keeps the wheel straight and you don't just clobber that guy into the corner, because that's not really a good place to push. But if you do time it just perfectly, that outside lane, as we're watching right now, as the number 28 takes over the lead right now, as the 10 is looking on the bottom side, try to get that lead back. Oh, looks like it's going to be a battle right there off turn 4 with the number 10 car looking on the inside of Johns in the number 28 car, but looks like he settled back in to try to get second place. But yeah, that momentum is going to be a huge thing for these drivers, and look for that to be the one of the crucial spots towards the end of this race as a last lap pass.
Well, as we continue to crest deeper into this race, we're still clean, green, and clean. Once again, I appreciate every single one of you joining here live tonight on STAM Studio Network. Here we go. Once again, Jeremy Pienta. Trenton Johns is now going to lose out on this battle as that outside line was able to find a little bit of teamwork to make that dream work here. They're going to, matter of fact, bring Jackson Brown back with them, but Ryan Kilbashian right now our biggest mover tonight from the Overdrive Cup Series. Ryan is up 9 spots gained since the drop of the green flag.
That was a nice move by Kobashi right now. Now he is in charge of this race. As we see that second pack maintaining momentum, they're keeping up. They're right there just watching, creeping, cracking, giving a little crack on that door, just looking over and see any mistakes happen. They'll be right there to pounce. As we look onboard camera on the number 10 machine right now, the number 28 of Johns is looking over on the outside, getting that big push down the back stretch off of Brown. Good momentum there. Is he going to stick it? Yes, he is. If those two can get away like that and just stay glued, they can actually take charge of this race. Nope, never mind. Number 96. Oh, a late block. Number 96 said, nope, my turn to lead today.
You can't push here in the corners, boys and girls. You definitely got that push down the back straightaway. Jackson Brown, Trenton Johnson, as well as Nicholas Rode back all in this battle for the race lead. It is a game of cat and mouse, side by side, back and forth, chess at upwards of 200 miles an hour from the high banks of Daytona International Speedway. Jackson Brown, Michael Ponder Jr. How about Mike Chapman, the driver of the 07 Chevrolet Camaro? He is working his way up. He is that bright, vibrant, very yellow machine. That second to car up that outside line. These drivers are going to back and shift it back to the inside line once again, or so I thought. Mike Chapman says, hey, Sean, hey, Marvin, hey, Adam, watch this. I'm going to go around down the outside this time by, try to get a little bit of speed momentum working.
I'm very surprised with Chapman. He literally came out of nowhere, and now he's leading. Oh, got a little bit swirly on the tri-oval coming into turn 1, but that was a nice save. Trying to work those quick hands in the action at 190 miles an hour in the tri-oval is no easy feat, especially for these cars weighing at 3,500 pounds. That's not easy to do at all. But Chapman got it, corrected, and he kept on going and still led that lap. An impressive save by Chapman, but looks like he might be hung there to dry into the middle of the lane. Nobody's gonna. Whoa, no!
Oh!
Too soon. No! Crash! Oh my goodness! Lap 14, turn 3. Oh my goodness! And looks like most of the cars in the second pack avoided that incident. Poor Chapman. My goodness, he was doing so well.
Looks like Michael Ponder Jr. is going to be involved in this one. We got the big one striking early here on the entrance of turn number 3. Mike Chapman, looks like Kotzik involved as well. Logan Perriman. Is Travis Farmer involved as well, the number 9 machine. Another driver back and out at the Overdrive Cup Series race. Travis Farmer, he's a little slow, but that machine, it looks A-okay for the driver at the number 9. Real quick, stick with us here on STAM Studio Network. We'll get 3,000 looks at this one. Here's kind of, well, it's a little bit late here. We're going to have to hop on board and take a look at, this really happened about with Brian Reyes here. Matter of fact, going to have to back it up here just for a few moments time. But take a look at what ensues here into turn number 3 as this second pack pretty much had nowhere to go. What are you seeing here, Marvin? We're single file, at least for the moment here. We're gonna take a look at a little bit closer up here into the front of the pack here as Brian Reyes continues to lead that second lane as there the big one already starts backing it up here once again. How and where does it start? This was in the very front of the pack, 3 wide. It's all gonna go wrong.
Yeah, it looks like right here on the back stretch, Somebody didn't clear
Ooh.
someone. I believe, there you go. I think the push from the 98 might have upset the 13, got a little bit swirly. And as they were trying to pass the '07, that was just the final, that was just the final straw. It just sent them around, and that caused the whole accident right here. I thought for a bit the 98 was going to get cleared, but apparently not.
Yes, we see how fast things happen here from the high banks of Daytona. Here's a real quick another look at it here as drivers once again just pretty much know where to go. Brian Reyes involved here early on. I believe these drivers do have at least one quick repair here tonight, but you definitely don't want to use that thing early on. Brian Reyes involved, looks like number 22, Sam Litchfield involved, Alex Sweeney, even Christopher Rosca here. Does Christopher get through at the 00? Looks like it. He got that thing slowed and woed back down.
Yeah, it looks like the 00 went through that unscathed along with the number 99 Dr. Pepper machine, as we're on board on the 21 to see what Brian Reyes saw from his view. And looks like he was good.
Oh,
Oh,
until he
right
wasn't.
there. Oh, right there. There. That's what did it right there. I thought he got loose because going from the bank all the way to the pit exit, and then, oh man, tough break for Reyes.
Gosh, big wrecks happening early on here tonight in the Overdrive Cup Series race. Once again, we see you live there tonight. The third Musketeer Iron, NASCAR Mania, of course, Christopher Rosca himself. They are all down here live within YouTube land. I don't know. There was pretty much nowhere to go there for number 21, as well as Colin Grace. Colin, he tries to drift up the track here. Colin is able to, just a tight scrape of the right rear quarter panel. Colin lives to fight another day, that number 27 machine.
Yeah, that was a very good save by the number 27 machine. Very impressive work.
Check
Just
DMs.
barely got on there with the quarter panel, but that'll be fine. It should be fine.
Alrighty, well, we will be right back with you here on Stam Studio Network. Make sure you grab yourself that drink, grab yourself a snack. You are not going to want to leave your seat as we are going double file for this race restart.
I've got the link up. I've got it up in Firefox. I've got black.
Racing isn't easy, but experiencing it is. iRacing puts you in the driver's seat with the industry's leading sim racing game. Drive on laser scan replicas of the greatest racing circuits from around the world. Go head-to-head against other drivers chosen by skill-based matchmaking to ensure competitive racing at every level. Compete across all your favorite series. In officially licensed cars, engineered to deliver the most accurate driving experience possible. Join a race or host your own with players from across the globe. Race against the computer or in a league with friends. Feel the thrill behind the wheel. Visit iRacing.com.
Alrighty, welcome back here to Stam Studio Network. Back to some green flag racing here once again. Looks like Trenton Johns, Ryan Kilbashian. How about Alex Young Money Morales? He's going to be right there with him on the start of this front row.
Yeah, looks like the number 28 car got a good jump on that restart, but that's not really a good place to get. This is not the track to get a good jump on the restart, because that right there can happen. Other cars will link together and then slingshot past you, and you're just literally a sitting duck as the number 28 just gets some help from the 01 from Durham. And Kobashi is looking like he's getting the lead, but he might have. So there's another incident right there in the backstretch right now.
Cautions breed cautions. Look like it's going to be the 13 once again this time. Michael Ponder Jr. involved once again. We'll have to take a look and see how this one happened down that back straightaway. Oh boy, we might be here for a little bit long here tonight. We worked our way back up through the gears through our Gen 6 NASCAR machines. Michael Ponder Jr., we're going to hop on board with here. Oh, that looks like 3 wide. Their K1 machine was up into the air there. Looks like Angel Delgado did make it through. Oh, Angel with a little bit of front nose damage for him as well.
Yeah, it looks like there was a lack of space there, as we see. Yeah, the 13 held its line, and I think that is the number 37. Just went up the track. I don't know if his spotter cleared him or something may have happened, but yeah, that looks like the 37 just went up the track. I think it was trying to block or trying to get in line, and that's what caused this caution.
Well, if you're a driver here tonight, what is the safe spot of the racetrack? Is it going to be up here if you're leading, or is it pretty much, with all due respect, or is it the last spot in the track? I don't think there really is a safe spot there, because you called it there great, Marvin. We saw a really nice race start, but you get up in these swamps so soon here with all that speed and momentum. The draft plays such a huge role within these super speedways. You pretty much have nowhere to go no matter where you're at on the track.
Yeah, that's the one thing about these super speedway races, is that literally anywhere you could be is essentially you're going to be a ticking time bomb when and where that caution is going to come out. The big one, as many have said it. If it were up to me, if I know I have the speed and I may be able to get up to the front, then I would say the last car, as long as I can maintain the draft of the leaders, would probably be ideal for me. However, sometimes even being the first place car and basically commanding the whole race, the pace of the whole race, might be the better option too. But if you're by yourself and you have no teammates, eventually you're just going to get sucked in, and that's going to lead you into a bad, tough predicament.
Never want the suck. Trust me. No, I'm just kidding. I don't know where that one came from. Anyways, we're almost back to double file racing here from Daytona. You do have, once again, you talk about the suck around. You got the side draft from these Gen 6 cars, as well as something that's not quite as prevalent within the newer Gen 7 NASCAR Next Gen machines, though. But you talk about the draft in these, especially the Gen 6 machines, the trucks especially. These drivers in their cars poke such a massive hole in the air. I mean, you have that slipstream and draft to work with, especially if you're given a little bit of a bump. But we've already seen it once here tonight here, Marvin. You don't want to give a bump here in the heavy banking corners. That will send the driver in front of you right around and possibly result in big one, not one, but number 2 here tonight.
Yeah, absolutely, Sean. That's one of the things. A lot of these drivers, they do have multiple tools they can work with. Bump drafting, side drafting. Trying to navigate through traffic, see who you're racing around with, if they've cut you some slack in the past or helped you in the past. There's some tools that you can work with, but essentially the draft is going to be the main tool you can use to try to keep your race ahead of the game. And I think side drafting is the best thing, but there's also risk. If you do a side draft and that other person next to you, that other driver, happens to just think about doing a side draft with you at the same time, that can lead to an accident, and that can cause the biggie.
And that's not all. I mean, goodness, you still have to mention the netcode incident as well here, because although we've seen some side drafts really play the name of the game here, not only tonight, but as well as the last season, otherwise known as the Penny Pleasers Cup season within these cars, we saw the side drafts really play a role within these faster tracks, these super speedways especially. But we have seen you get a little bit too close to that car on the outside or inside of you. That's something that we kind of reference here quite a bit within the iRacing universe, net code. That is there where there's no contact between the two cars on track, but there's contact close enough within the internet connections and as well as, well, just how iRacing works here behind the scenes. That we have seen a car shoot right around pretty quick here. You definitely have to be careful, especially with those more aggressive side drafts.
Yeah, absolutely. That's going to be into something else that these drivers have to think about and hopefully overcome as the race progresses. As we're looking at Christopher Rosca in the 00 Permatex machine, which I've used products before on my personal vehicle. Very beautiful paint scheme. I love it a lot. He's doing really well, keeping out of trouble, avoiding accidents. Keep an eye on him. He might be a threat. I think he'll be a threat towards the end of this race.
Christopher Rosca, that 00 machine. We continue to see that driver show the pace here from the high bank super speedways. Matter of fact, I believe Christopher made it out into the final round of the playoffs just one season ago from the Penny Pleasers Cup NASCAR Gen 6 season. Right now, though, remember, we have waited this whole off season for it. Here we go, green flag racing once again from Daytona.
Green, green, green right now off Daytona. Looks like it's going to be a clean start right now as we see a couple of drivers just settle their way into line as the top row looks like it's very spread apart. So I don't think that might be the optimal line to take. But as they close up and bunch up, look for that outside lane to gather it back up. But right now we're looking at the number 10, followed by the 98 and the 72 with the 5 on the bottom lane. And looks like what would be the 01 tucked on the inside lane. That would be Durham looking on the inside, rounding up the top 5 as they try to make their way towards the front.
Kilbashian Road, Pritchard, Morales, as well as Durham right now rounding at that top 5. Then you got Perryman, Proctor, as well as Rosca right there trying to get that side-by-side double fire for 3 and 4 rows back. These drivers trying to find a little bit more pace here tonight. Real quick, we are only 23 laps down out of this 200-lap race. Marvin, fans down there live in YouTube land, I think you all know what time it is. Go ahead and enjoy the sights and sounds real quick. We're going to crank this puppy up. We got battles ensuing everywhere. Enjoy the sights and sounds from Daytona International Speedway. Okay, slowly crank this puppy back down here, boys and girls. Alex Sweeney involved. 28. Trenton Johns involved once again. Ashton Pritchard. Looks like he doesn't have too much damage on that Toyota Camry. So there's Trenton Johns once again. Jeremy Pienta able to make it through no damage. Stick with us here. I'll bring you a couple 2-3,000 looks at the replay. Looks like it's all going to start here with Michael Ponder Jr. He got a little loose there on the back straightaway. Apologies there. That was the last replay. Here's Ashton Pritchard as he went back and off the racetrack here. This all, once again, I believe here started with Trenton Johns. We're going to have to back this puppy up, take that drone camera shot of it here, because once again, that's how fast things happen here from the Daytona International Speedway. Here we go, back on the back straightaway. What do you see here, Marvin? Looks like Trenton John, he's going to be the meat in the sandwich here. Oh, looks like Black Machine of the 93, I believe that was, bounced it off the wall.
Yeah, when I was watching right now as we were listening to Crank It Up right now, I saw that Black, was it 59 machine, he hit the wall, but I think the 98 went up for a mid-corner block to go towards the outside, and I think that threw off the 59, caused him to hit the wall, and then it was just a ping-pong effect after that. It was just bouncing and banging, and then that's when everything went downhill.
It was still before this incident. We're going to have to back this puppy up even more here. But like you said there, that was Doug Pachter there, the driver of the 59 Chevrolet Camaro. He got a little loose there heading into turn number 3. As here's a kind of a better look of it. There it gets just tight out of the rear, out of Nicholas Road there. You got dirty air smacking that front nose. No grip in the 59, and then it's just a ping ball effect.
Yeah, it looks like the 59 almost got it corrected, but when the 5 went up towards to avoid the accident and hit the 59 machine, the 96 machine, it hit the 59 again and got him back up upset with the car, and then he's trying to keep it all together. So as we take a top view here, looks like the 59 had a run going, and I think the 98 might have saw that, went towards the top to try to control the race, and I think the 59 carried too much speed. Dirty air, got the car, the understeer would not turn, trying to fight it, hit the wall, 00 checks up, 96 hits the 00, then hits the 59, and it just goes from there. 59 hits the 72, 59 is trying to get it back together, almost got it, 5 hit the 96, but because he got hit by the 28, it is just a pinball effect, folks. Once you go sliding, it's just a matter of time for, if the racing gods are with you, you may get lucky and you may escape unscathed.
Shoot, I think like Third Musketeer down there said in live YouTube land said, there is no safe spots here at the Daytona International Speedway. As we push speeds of upwards of 200 miles an hour, things happen just under the blink of an eye here, as if you're just not leading or that last spot here, I think you're just about all out of options. Speaking of all out of options, we're going to have to see where these drivers sit on the strategy calls here. Did they take their one fast repair here earlier on? Right now, I believe at least our top 5 to 6, even Logan Perryman down there in 7th, I believe have not all taken their fast repairs, but if you look at Kotsek, as well as Travis Farmer, Colin Grace, Brian Reyes, Samuel Litchfield, I believe these drivers have at least taken one quick repair here tonight.
Yeah, it looks like strategy may be in play. Tires might not be a factor in this race, but for sure fuel strategy, at least 2 tires, which will be the right sides, might be a factor. But we'll see. We'll have to keep an eye on these drivers and see where they're at with the strategy.
As well as strategy, I mean, shoot, this is basically the Daytona 500 here tonight. 200 laps to work with, 500 miles. That is, I mean, the fuel run, we're definitely going to have to keep an eye on here. Right now, if you take a look at the bottom right side of your screen, every single one of these drivers right now, at least within the top 8, are on the same pit stop strategy. That would be Road there through Kutsick there. You got to help me out there, number 22. I love you here, buddy, but might have to help me out with the last name there. That's a new one there for me. Marvin, real quick before we do get going here, what do you like? What drivers do you like? What strategy call here do you like, as well as we've seen drivers basically 10th and on back have pit after this last lap caution. They have more Sunoco fuel in their fuel tanks. They got a little bit newer Goodyear Racing Eagles to work with.
Man, Sean, this is one of those races where anything can happen. I would like to say, as far as the cars in the back, I'm very impressed with the 07, that neon highlighter green Chevy Camaro. I'm very impressed. He did have a little mishap. It was involved in one of the earlier accidents towards the beginning of this race. However, he squared it up, and he's kept himself out of trouble so far, and he's right there in the midst of things. But I do want to say, I want to keep an eye on that 00 Permatex Chevy Camaro, because I think he's going to be a threat. He's been silently getting up there like an assassin, right there, waiting to pounce.
He'll be starting up in the top row, outside in that second row, but of course that Lawson machine of Ryan Kilbashian, as well as Nicholas Road, that iRacing safety car, it's going to dive into the safety of pit lane. We're going to go through the gears and the Geico restart zone. Nicholas Road, Toyota Camry, number 98. Here we go. Once again, he's got Michael Durham Jr. right there with him. How about Rosca? Mant, Harriman as well. Here comes Cowpel Jr. Got Travis Farmer up there within the top 8 as well.
Yeah, that 98 and 01 machine got an excellent jump on that restart. Looks like the top lane was falling asleep just a little bit, or it could have been that the 00 could not get any help, and he needs that bump draft that draft to get up there, but looks like the top lane is slowly reeling it back in. That's going to be an issue, folks. If as this run goes on, that top lane, they're going to have to get it together and be able to match the restart speed of the inside lane in order to make this happen.
Once again, side by side through just about the whole race back here tonight. This is what it looks like if you're up here in the stands here at Daytona. We are simulating just about everything here we can in the iRacing universe. We've got laser scan tracks, laser scans cars, we got bump drafting, we got the air laser scanned as well. Here we go, Nicholas Road, who we're looking out that back bumper of here. Michael Durham Jr., Logan Perryman still up here within these front three running spots. I think these drivers right now, Marvin, I think we're just going to try to tick down a couple of laps here, try to get within a little bit of a, what do you call it, of a run here, you could call it here. Get your bearings right, see how your car is feeling here as laps continue to tick on.
Yeah, these drivers do have a little bit to go, or quite a way to go, so there's no need to push anything right now. It's just let's get to the better half of the race. And in those last 30 to 40 laps, that's when the intensity of the heat is going to be kicked on the full blast, because these drivers are going to be going in and out, you know, going and battling for position. Oh, right now as we see almost a wreck. Wow. Oh no, the Dr. Pepper machine scraped the wall trying to avoid an accident. That involved the number 28 and the 82 Chevy Camaro, but looks like we keep going racing. It's no caution, no crash or anything like that. That was good. That was good.
That's Corey as well as Trenton there, that 82 and 28. These drivers were somehow able to keep it moving and grooving. We're going to keep some green flag racing as well as some single file racing up here for the race lead. Nicholas Road, Michael Durham Jr., Logan Perryman still single file, but you got to look here about 13th, 14th, 15th on back. These drivers here just trying to make some sort of move happen, get at least a little bit of a momentum run. Samuel Litchfield up to the 14th spot right now, but he's trying to hold off a hard charging Michael Ponder Jr., one of those drivers who continues to run at least almost within the top 10 running here tonight. Speaking of top 10, that top 10 are made up of just about all single file running cars here tonight. We're working just about whole single file, at least first through about 15th on the track.
Yeah, one of those things is that you want to keep single file. Right now, there's no need to make any double file restarts and double file racing right now. As we're looking at right now, it's going to be a pass for the lead right now. As soon as I say that, they're going to go on the outside. So it looks like the number 98 is back to the front. But yeah, typically you want to keep it single file. It's still early in the game. It's still early. No issues. No need to be forcing anything to happen, as the number 10 looks like he's going to get hung to dry, but looks like the top lane is starting to form right now as they're trying to get towards the front. A little bit dicey there, but you know, no problem at all. We're keeping it straight right now. Looks like the 10 might want to die. Yep, go back in line onto the inside, and yeah, we're gonna keep this single file restart as we see the 07 of Chapman. Remember, I was saying I'm watching him towards the back, and now he silently made his way towards the front after that early on wreck.
Mike Chapman having to use his fast repair early on here tonight from the high banks of Daytona, but he's showing that he definitely has the speed, has the racecraft. Here we go, blocks for the race lead going. This is once again chested upwards of 200 miles an hour. We will look side by side for the race lead heading into turns 3 and 4. Looks like number 98, Nicholas Road. He had to take that high road there. It's going to be Michael Durham Jr., Logan Perryman out to the race lead. Logan Perryman following in Michael's footsteps.
Yeah, that was a very quick response, quick pass for first place from Durham. And looks like Perryman is right there in second. And look at the number 22 machine. I think he was off on strategy contrary to the leaders, and he's right there in the top 3 dicing it. And as we see the 07, the Chapman right there in the 4th position as the number 28, which he was involved in a little mishap earlier to that early restart there, but now he's in the top 5.
You mentioned it there, Marvin. Look at the bottom right of the screen. You do see Chapman as one of the drivers that's on a little bit of an alternate strategy here tonight. Trenton Johns is right now the second running driver on that strategy as Chapman. These drivers have a little bit more fuel, a little bit newer tires to work with here, although tires really aren't all the name of the game here at Super Speedway Racing. They give you a little bit more maneuverability here in these Gen 6 Cup cars. Michael Durham Jr., Logan Perryman, these drivers possibly trying to take this out for some single file running here for just a little bit. But if you're Michael Durham right here, you're continuing to burn more fuel. You are saving fuel here if you're basically not leading that inside or outside line. Trenton Johns as well as Michael Durham Jr. right now still continuing to burn just a little bit more fuel, not able to save.
As we see an onboard camera of Perryman right behind, or ahead, I guess, looking at the rear end of Durham as we're going on to the tri-oval to complete lap 35 into 36. And we're seeing a little bit of strategy. Things have kind of calmed down. I think Perryman's going to kind of wait it out and just behind Durham, keep everything up and together, not cause any wreck, get him, or basically race him out of the race, as he could, you know, potentially cause a wreck himself. And as we're looking right here, a little bit of dicing and banging right there, but it looks like it's about calmed down right here on the backstretch.
Still have battles just about all over the racetrack, still side by side up here, up and through the front. I know that was right when we started to talk about you want to be running single file here. It's still too early to be playing chess at 200 miles an hour. Well, I'm gonna bite my tongue once again. Here's Jackson Brown, driver from Canada, our one and only. Whoa, look at the sparks fly out the rear end of the Dex Imaging number 96 Toyota Camry, as he has Trenton Johns still right within that rear bumper. Not really giving him a bump there into the corner, but definitely close enough that the slipstream and draft continues to play a run here. 0-1 Michael Durham Jr., he's got company. Here comes Nicholas Road, knocking. He's door quarter, almost clear on the outside line.
Yeah, it looks like the number 98 got a great push throughout turn 2 onto the backstretch, and he's right there next to Durham as we're going off of turn 4, entering the tri-oval right now. It's going to be a drag race. Who's going to be the better pusher? Looks like the 01 might get it, but the 98 might side draft him. And looks like Durham led that lap as we're going back to the number 98 Road, with followed by Brown pushing him to the lead. Looks like the outside lane is working very well. And looks like the 98 went down onto the bottom, leaving the number 96 of Brown to hang a little bit. But will he go back up on top? Yes, he will. That's all the name of the game, folks. You got to make sure to control the race. Go to top, go to bottom. Yes, there's an increased chance that you could wreck, but that's what you got to do at these type of restrictor plate super speedway tracks. You have to play chess in a sense. At 200 miles an hour, anything can happen.
Oh, talk about anything can happen. We've been trying to make some stuff happen here behind the scenes. What's up, everybody? WX Fan 21 here with you, joining into the booth. Marvin, how you doing?
Doing great, doing good. How are you?
I'm good, thank you. Would you mind if I borrowed Sean here real quick before he has to drop?
Absolutely. Go ahead.
All right, Sean, we're going to go, if we can, bother you here for a quick second. So basically, Sean's handing things off to me, and we're going to make sure we have as smooth of a stream here for you all as possible. This is what happens when they let me have to install, like,
Sounds good. We're here racing. We're here banging, beating and banging.
All righty, Marvin, I'm going to leave you to it here real quick. Sean Stam, I'll be right back up here with you in the booth. Enjoy, Marvin. Hopefully you can take it over here for just a few moments' time.
All right, not a problem, Sean. I'll get things here covered as we speak.
Racing isn't easy, but experiencing it is. iRacing puts you in the driver's seat with the industry's leading sim racing game. Drive on laser scan replicas of the greatest racing circuits from around the world. Go head-to-head against other drivers chosen by skill-based matchmaking to ensure competitive racing at every level. Compete across all your favorite series. In officially licensed cars, engineered to deliver the most accurate driving experience possible. Join a race or host your own with players from across the globe. Race against the computer or in a league with friends. Feel the thrill behind the wheel. Visit iRacing.com.
Alrighty, welcome back here to Sam Studio Network. Apologies for the race results here. Excuse me, the issues and everything, but we're gonna bring this coverage here live to the checkered flag here. We figured it all out here live and behind the scenes. Right now though, Michael Durham Jr., Marvin, we're continuing to see lead, but Trenton Johns, Nicholas Rode, Logan Perryman, Jackson Brown still up here in the top 5, knocking on a chance at a win here from the Daytona 500 from the Overdrive Cup Series season opener.
Absolutely, Sean. Yeah, we're looking at right now. Durham is controlling the lead right now of this race as we are dicing and banging right now in the backstretch as the number 98 is trying to make that outside lane work with the 96's help. Maybe they can get back up to the front and take this lead back. But right now, Durham, followed by Johns, have control of this race as they exit turn 4.
Still side by side through about 4th and 5th on back as we look through the downstairs cam, you could call it there. We continue to see some more battling action here, but as well as Michael Durham Jr. That's a driver who we haven't seen so much battling out of. He's continuing to do what, Marvin? Oh, that's right, burn even more Sunoco race fuel. He's got Trenton Johns as well as I was thinking that was Mike Chapman there. That's two similar paint schemes. That's a driver that you have kept your eye on here tonight, Marvin. Mike Chapman still continues to sit up in the top 10, minus 5 spots from where he started this race, but working with no race damage.
Yeah, that's going to be the name of the game. Try to survive right now for Chapman as he's sitting comfortably in 10th place right now. I think he's in a good spot right now. Let the leaders, slicing and dice, maybe they'll get themselves into trouble, and hopefully, Chapman can avoid it and, take over the lead. But right now, I like where he's at. Comfortable towards the end of this lead pack. Don't force anything. Keep your tires, keep your car all together, and be there towards the end. Because it does you no good to make all these moves at the beginning if you don't survive towards the end.
Survival is key. Survival of the fittest is how you will definitely make your way down into the checkered flag here tonight. I think we all have mental wounds still healing and driving us insane. We are all going off the rails on a crazy train here tonight. Shout out Ozzy, may he rest in peace. Trenton Johns, Logan Perryman, Ryan Kilbashian, Kostek as well. You got to shout out 22 here tonight. Apologies, I believe I may have called this driver Samuel earlier on tonight as the last season here in the Penny Pleasers Cup. We got a little bit of new numbers, some newer faces in some newer places. Speaking of newer face and newer place, once again, driver 22, Kostek here tonight. One of the quite a few rookie names that we have battling here from the high banks of Daytona. Edward Mans, I believe, is another newer one of those drivers. But how about Brian Reyes? He was battling out there for the race championship there last season. We came at you live from the virtual Phoenix Raceway. Brian Reyes, he showed the pace there tonight, or last season. He's continuing to show it, although he sits P12 here tonight. He was definitely our pole sitter one season ago. Excuse me, at the start of this race, as well as within that top 4 just one season ago. Goodness gracious.
Yeah, it looks like Reyes right now, keeping his nose clean right now in that 12th position. He has an eye on the lead pack, so no need to push anything right now as we have finally gotten single file racing right now. And it looks like, I believe, up to 17th spot. No, actually 16th spot. The 16 cars are within that main lead pack, as it is about an 11-second gap from the 16th place of the 77 of Pineda. It looks like it is getting more of a dicey and more racy up front as everybody in the 21 of Reyes passes number 96 on the outside. Looks like on a front pack, looks like it's single file, except there's that one car. I believe that's a lap down car. It's number 31. Don't know who that is, but looks like he's lap down. Let the leaders go by. He's not part of the equation right now. So we continue on racing. Single file restart, single file racing right now as Reyes is getting a nice push by Litchfield for that number 11 spot to try to catch back up to that top spot.
Speaking of Brian Reyes here once again, remember we saw him, I know that you mentioned he's taking things easy, but you have to right here if you're any driver that has already had to use your faster pair, that is like a diamond. You don't want to use it earlier on here. It is very rare, especially within one of these super speedway races and league racing, at least between you and me and at least my experience. We don't really honestly see even faster pairs even in road course racing all that much. Some league owners some of them opt for a little bit more realisticness, and some of them opt for a little bit more, just here to have some fun. But here tonight, we're trying to play a little bit of a hybrid game of both having one quick repair, as the faster pairs are not enabled here tonight. The difference between those, of course, being if you get in a wreck and your damage is bad, you got to drive it back all the way back around. It won't instantly repair. You have to actually pit and use that one faster pair. Look at this outside line though here, Marvin. I saw that out there in the corner of my eyeballs. Look at them fly, led by Samuel Litchfield, Brian Reyes, Colin Grace, Christopher Rosca, all up here moving and grooving in the outside lane.
Yeah, they're definitely making that outside lane work. I think they're talking amongst each other a little bit and saying, hey guys, we gotta go. Let's go. Let's make the top work. And looks like Reyes is leading that top charge brigade right off into turn 3. Reyes followed by Litchfield and Grace making the top work. Looks like they're gonna go back down to the bottom. I don't know if that was part of it, trying to get by that one car and keep momentum. I'm not 100% sure, but looks like they may have closed a little bit of a gap between that first pack, but we'll have to keep an eye on that as they're trying to catch up to this main pack. Durham leading us right now on lap 50.
What did I say in the broadcast the other night? The graphic on the bottom of your screen, it's looking like a Christmas tree. Right now we're comparing Mike Chapman's lap times compared to Brian Reyes. Chapman, the last running car within this front running pack. And then, of course, Brian Reyes here, P10 overall. But back and trying to reel in Mike Chapman. Right now it has been back and forth, cat and mouse here between Reyes and Chapman. Although it looks like last lap by in lap 50, 0.067 seconds faster for Reyes. We're continuing to see this cat and mouse back and forth action happen here, as well as are they closing the gap here? Right now it's set at 1.2 seconds. We'll have to keep checking this at least every lap from now. It's going to close at least 1/10 of a second here as Reyes continues to get a nice shove there out of Samuel Litchfield. Colin Grace joining the party as well.
Yeah, the one thing that's going to help him, Sean, is that Reyes needs that help, and he needs at least a few cars stay single file throughout a couple of laps to keep that momentum going. Now, one thing I see between the first pack and the second pack is that the first pack looks like they're dicey a little bit. They're moving all over the place. You're not going to keep consistency and a consistent pace of speed with all that moving and grooving up there in the front. But that second pack, led by Reyes, they look like they're on a train. They're on a mission to catch that front pack. And if they keep at it, which looks like they are catching Chapman, they're going to be there, and they're going to be a threat right there towards this run.
Well, take a look. It's visual at this point here. Mike Chapman as well as Brian Reyes. There's the gap there. At this point, it's only 1 second separating the 21 and that 07. If you're sitting up here in the stands, if you're a cardboard cutout here tonight, it is definitely prevalent here as well. As we take a look at from the look from one of the stands cameras here tonight, you can start to see these different sort of gaps. Here's Brian Reyes, and here is Mike Chapman. They're separated by probably just about 2 football fields or so. Here is Mike Chapman trying to make the inside line work. as we take a look from all the way across the racetrack. How about Nicholas Rode, though? He was leading quite a few laps earlier on in this race here, Marvin. Unfortunately, falls back here a little bit in the dirty air. Nowhere to go for the moment for Nicholas Rode.
Yeah, with Nicholas Rode right now, he's sitting in 7th spot as we see a battle between Chapman and Mans. But I think the one thing that Chapman is looking at, or sorry, Rode is looking at, is that just stay chill, just stay in the pack, don't cause any stir. There's plenty of time to be racy towards the end. So I think that's one of the things that opened up Rode's eyes, and just to keep momentum, just be right there, ready to strike as we're looking at the back bumper of Rode, looking towards the front bumper of Chapman. But looks like that gap right now is actually, it's been completely disintegrated between Chapman, Mans, and Reyes. Now Reyes' second pack has been part of this equation, and now as they head on to turn 3, it's definitely now not just a 9-car race lead. Now it's going to be a 16, about 13 to 16 car lead right now. So it's definitely going to be a little bit more racy as the laps wind down.
You know what? I apologize. I had to go do my own iRacing sim. We had to sim up. I decided to already run 2 Daytona 500s, so these guys haven't even completed 60 laps yet. That's all your problem, but WX Fan 21 is here. I'm back. It's the start. Yes, I got it. I appreciate that. We are so back, Overdrive fans. Welcome new and old fans alike. You see everyone coming into the pits here now, and by the way, I love the energy that Sean is giving this. Like, this is a championship race. He's had that level of intensity. I thought that was something I was massively known for in my stream. My guy over here is literally commentating this like it's the championship of Season 2. Speaking of Season 2, this is always a good way, and as we're still here, green, everyone's pitted. Sean and Marvin, one thing that I really like what NASCAR does is we have you can argue it's the most important race of the entire year to start off the year. A lot of people will have their, their initial race or their initial sport game or whatever. No. NASCAR is like, nah, we're going to start off with the crown jewel to start the season. We'll crown a champion at the end of the season. Who's going to get that all-important Daytona 500 victory? And so far, seems like it's been pretty wide open. We have had several cautions, but it's nice for this not to have a repeat of Atlanta from last year, Sean.
Oh, man.
Yeah, said it! Week 1, and I'm already going with old Atlanta reference. Deal with it!
Oh, boy. Marvin, I know that you're newer here up in the booth with this, man, but Atlanta was a treat. We turned a 1.5-mile speedway into a super speedway, just like we did there in real life. And, well, what happened is just about what you'd expect would happen. But, man, Adam, Marvin, I appreciate you both joining me up here in the booth tonight. We're going to do something special here with you. Marvin, Adam, I'm going to let you two go at it here. And I don't know. I'm going to step back here. SSN is going to take you through the checkered flag here tonight. Marvin and Adam, I appreciate you joining me. And, man, show us all how it's done up here in the booth, boys.
First things first, I greatly appreciate you, Sean. I know you had some other commitments here tonight. We tried getting the production thing going. They were just... We got about 85, 90% of the way through, and there was some stuff on my end that just wasn't working properly. We appreciate Sean, the creator, the inventor of obviously the Stam Studio Network. And Marvin, Litchfield up here in first place, followed by Grace and Brian Reyes. Chapman round out the top four. I remember hearing both you and Sean talking about it. We are nowhere near ready to go double wide here yet at Daytona, but it looks like Colin Grace wants to try pushing the issue here again.
Yeah, it looks like Grace is definitely pushing the issue right now. I'm watching these 4 drivers, even 5 drivers, if you're including the number 22, which is a little bit off screen here. Yeah, they're definitely, I don't know what the strategy play is here, but looks like, I think they're trying to push each other, get more speed, lengthen that gap between themselves. and the leaders who did pit earlier in that off-screen shot. And I think that gives them a little more of a buffer to try to get out of pit lane, because getting out of pit lane here is a little bit rough because you're right there on that flat surface and it's slick down there with cold tires and these cooler temperatures. It's definitely a recipe for disaster if you just mistime that throttle input just a little bit.
Yeah, I mean, you're not wrong with it here. You take a look at your screen, you see this Chapman. Everyone here in the top 6, all pitted in lap 25. You can see Farmer and Johns just pitted on lap 55. Tires and fuel could very much come in handy here for them. Brown is pitted here as well. How much longer do you think we're going to see these top 5 continue to stay out?
Man, I don't even know, Adam. It could be a few more laps. Oh, looks like we're getting a little bit squirrely here. I think they're getting a little bit impatient here with this group. But man, I would say
100 miles an hour. Please don't do that.
yes, that is not the place to do it in the corners, but we kept it all together. Man, I don't know, Adam. I would say I would give it another 2 laps at best before coming down pit road, because these guys, I mean, even then, these guys are not giving each other any breaks. So that could allow the gap to be lengthened even more.
If they were able, and I think they're hoping to catch some sort of caution, if that little wiggle that we saw there about 30 seconds ago here, if that had turned into a wreck, man, the top 5 were sitting very pretty. But
Agreed.
still, they gotta come in and pit. Yeah, there goes the 22 coming in the pit now. So everyone in the top 4, for those of you that might be new fans here, the Overdrive Cup Series, Litchfield, Grace, Reyes, and Chapman were in the inaugural season. We were originally known as the Pin Pleasers Cup here. And something interesting here to note, these guys not only all well know each other, but they want to win, right? Like Angel Delgado in that 90 car was the class of the field towards the end of last season. Litchfield made it in the top 4. Brian Reyes was one of the 2 best drivers all season. So they were trying to make something a little bit happen here. So Reyes has come in. All the top 4 are now in. And we know that 22 car as well with the pit. Looks like is going to end up being in first place should these pits take a little long here, Marvin.
Ooh, as we look right now.
Yeah,
he missed his pit box, had to back it up. That's going to cost him a few precious seconds. And then I was also noticing as the leaders were coming in, the 07 of Chapman was quite a ways behind. If he does not get out of pit lane with these other guys, he's going to be a sitting duck. No, okay, perfect right there. So even with that mistake, in a sense, it benefits Chapman more than Litchfield, because hopefully they can team tag together and then continue on with the draft and not be out sitting ducks. But I think Mike Chapman might have left pit lane a little bit too late as the leaders are coming by.
Yeah. All right. Well, everything's about to shape up here. We have found ourselves right back in the thick of things when all is said and done. Brian Reyes, here they come. Are they going to get behind? They're moving. Where is Reyes? It still says he's in the pit. Right now, it's going to be Durham back to the lead. There's Brian Reyes right there behind that Kyle Larson paint scheme. Here comes everyone that pitted on earlier. This is going to be up to Reyes right now. Can he hold on to this? Is that other pack behind him? Oh, they're coming up fast. And Marvin, I don't know how much you and Sean have had a chance to talk about it, but super speedways, you know, it's a big drafting track. You want to have cars behind you. You see how fast right now that one with everyone else behind him just have too much speed as Reyes has completely cut the speed off of them and now is going to start sinking into the back. And Durham will retake the lead. And with that being said, Reyes managing, oddly enough here, to stay enough in the front of the pack, still give himself a chance, but we still have more than half a race to go. And what are you expecting? We've seen a couple of these pit stops. How important are the 8 tire sets that we have?
Yeah, it's one of those things where, man, I don't know. I would like to say I would prefer to be among the top 10. So pace, versus handling at these type of tracks. It just depends on where you fire off from the start. If you know you have a good handling car, you could get away with it, as we almost see a wreck with the number 10 car. But if you got a good handling car from the
Yeah.
get-go, you could sacrifice tires. I think you could sacrifice tires a little bit, extend that gap between the tires, and just maintain pace and keep on a good fuel strategy. But if you're a guy that's all the way in the back, you're not a good handling car from the get-go, tires are going to be significant. But the thing of it is, you got to balance it. If you're all the way in the back and you're kind of cruising there, and you got hung out in the draft, you're going to want to make something happen as far as strategy is concerned, so you can get back towards the front, recollect your thoughts, regroup with the leaders, and then try again to keep up with that strategy.
Oh, absolutely. So just a quick recap in case you all didn't go over it earlier. For those who are just tuning in, this is a 200-lap race. It is going to be one of, if not the longest race of the year, because it is the Daytona 500. They have 100% fuel, which is going to equate to about 37 laps each. They have 8 sets of tires, $100 to the winner. We also here at the Stamp Studio Network do greatly appreciate the winner donating 90% to each one of us. Each one of us is going to come away with this with 30% to each of that. We're all going out to dinner afterwards. Congratulations, as the winner will now get $10 to themselves. But in all seriousness here, this is something where I'm really interested to see all of our drivers that have come back from the Penny Pleasers Cup into the brand new Overdrive Cup Series, because they didn't have a 200-lap race at all last year. Even when we did the Coca-Cola 600, it was a massively long race. The Coca-Cola 600 is still the 1.5-mile track. This is Daytona. This is a massively long super speedway drafting track. Who's working with who? A team's going to work with each other. A manufacturer's going to work with each other. Marvin, as we all know, in regular NASCAR, we see Toyotas work with Toyotas, Fords with Fords, Chevys with Chevys. Teammates will do their own things. There's a lot of different strategy that goes into super speedways and real life racing. But when it comes into racing, and it comes specifically to the Overdrive Cup Series, how much is the experience factor going to come into play for our inaugural drivers? But having the extra laps, what's the endurance going to be like? Were they already practicing for 200 laps at a super speedway? This isn't like, oh, we're going to do 200 laps at a 1.5. You know, that's easy, that's shorter. This is Daytona, baby. This is going to take a lot longer. What do you think the endurance has to be like, Marvin?
Oh, I think the endurance is going to be, it's going to definitely test the drivers themselves. As you mentioned, Adam, this is not just a Charlotte or like a Bristol or any of those tracks where the time can go by quickly. No, this is Daytona. And a lot of people may think, you know, as they're watching their streams, like, well, you're not braking. Well, yes, you're technically not braking. If anything, you're maybe applying 10% brake just to scrub some speed so the driver behind you gets a good run and pushes you. But you got to keep in mind, you're not just holding your line. You're going in and out, left and right, around other guys, correcting, because sometimes the guy in the back behind you might hit you too hard. You lose it just a little bit. You're always working that wheel. I've done the Gen 7 next-gen cars here at Daytona and Talladega, and I'll tell you one thing. When you got a group of 30 drivers all at once, you're not relaxing. You're always tensed up because there's always beating and banging. And then not only that, you have to side draft other people to slow them down if you're the main car. Or if you're trying to make moves, you're trying to go in and out between different lanes to try to make up spots. So you're never just relaxing. So the endurance is going to definitely be a key part of the driving.
I think it's even more than endurance here, and I'll tell you why. One thing that, folks, for those of you just tuning in, for this season, we are back with the Gen 6 cars. These are not the next gens. So this is good old-fashioned restrictor plate racing. Does mean these cars are going to go upwards of 200 plus miles an hour. Not something we see a lot with the next-gen cars. A lot of different strategy from builds of the cars and just how the next-gen cars are in general. The decision was made in the offseason to stick with the Gen 6, which to me makes super speedways a little bit more fun. Now, Marvin and Sean, I don't know about both of you, but having that restricted play, being able to go over 200 miles an hour, and you've seen, just we've been talking to you in the last 2-3 laps, we've gone from double file, back to single file, now back to double again, and we're going to see this consistently go back and forth. If it was me, I'm working with people to say, hey, let's just go double file. Let's just run our line. Let's leave everyone else alone. It's a long race. Let's keep things up. Let's stay on the pit strategy. Let's consider conserving our tires. I would be, at a track like this, more passive. So just real quickly, before I want to hear your thoughts on the play racing from Gen 6 to the next gen. There is some... Oh,
Looks
yeah.
like Ryan. Oh my goodness, Kabashian lost the lead right there. It looks like he's losing the pack, which would be good. But he's got the 72 behind him, so hopefully they can team up and cash that grab. How did it happen?
Yeah. So Kabashian was in front. It was about 2 laps ago. You're good. So, all right. So one thing we can talk about our Sean production mode. One thing, and so I play a lot of NASCAR DFS, right? NASCAR betting. One thing that I've been taught in NASCAR DFS by the fantastic Stephen Young from Roto Grinders, aka Stevie TPFL. One thing we look for at super speedways is to play a lot of the back markers. Now, that would be like, playing back marker cars because of the speedway, because of cautions, because like Marvin, you said earlier, you know, people were saying in chat the big one. I don't think we've seen that yet, right? Like the big one, we're talking many cars involved. Well, those back markers are going to go forward, and that's just by attrition. Here in iRacing, kind of the same thing, which is why I would take more of a passive approach to super speedways. The passive approach to me, and Marvin, tell me how you feel. I'd be more passive, but everyone else fight early. Get me in the last 30 laps. I'm making my move.
Absolutely. I agree with you, Adam. Absolutely. I love your strategy. I personally, when I've done these super speedways, I'm more passive because I've tried to do the aggressive thing and it just becomes chaotic. So for me, I'll just go over to the apron just a little bit on the back stretch. I'll let everybody go by. Don't lose a draft though, but let things play out, especially if you got a long run. It's 200 laps. There's no need to be crazy at the beginning because you can easily take yourself out or take out another teammate out of the race because of a bad decision. Let it play out. Let it play out. And if there's the big one, you're there. You still live the fight another day. But I agree. Last 30 laps, last 20 laps, definitely hard charge. All right, now let's go. Let's put the hammer down and let's get this done. But right now, lap 76 out of 200, there's no reason. Just maintain your speed, keep your car clean, make sure you're in the fight towards the end, and just keep an eye on the leaders and see what they do and maybe learn something because we're looking at right now, as we're looking at this pack of cars, I mean, it's all single file, so it looks like it calmed down a little bit. People are just trying to like catch their breath. So yeah, I absolutely love your strategy, Adam. That's what I would do.
I think what we're seeing here too, you know, speaking of just hanging back and learning, to me, it seems like that bottom line along the track is the favored line right now for speed.
Right.
Oh, unfortunate. A drive-through penalty here for Alex Morales. Oh, that's not good. Well,
Caution. Oh, there's a caution
we
out.
have
What
ourselves
happened
a caution. What happened? We're going through the field trying to figure things out. We're waiting. This is what happens, Marvin, when we have a giant track. We're trying to find the caution. Production's doing their job. We're waiting. All right. Well, while our production truck makes what they're looking for apparently a fake caution, maybe someone just really had to go to the bathroom. No, but in all seriousness, here, this is going to give us a chance to catch our breath here. And big shout outs to all of you that are watching this live. Wait, hang on. I got race control in my ear. All right, hang on. All right, thank you, race control. Being told the incident involved was with the number 31 car.
Yep, there it is.
That
Happened
car is
there.
not allowed to get wrecked because of that beautiful cyan black color paint scheme. Oh, it was the 88 that got in and turned the 31. I think the 31 was just trying to come back into the draft, and the 88 just had a little too much speed. And again, this is just unfortunately some of the stuff that happens here at a super speedway. When again, you're trying to get back and forth in the draft, and you saw it there. The 31 was plummeting, wanted to get back in line. He just had too much speed.
Yeah, and that will happen. That will definitely happen. And then I know when you're going into that high groove, you can't easily make a left sharp turn just to avoid it. You're going
No, watch this
190,
again.
200 miles an hour.
Yep,
Oh,
you see
okay,
how slow the 31 is. The 88's just, again, trying to maintain the line with the 28 in front. The 31 tries to go down. And just an unfortunate crash there for the 31. Hopefully, there's not too much damage, but it does look like a good right front quarter panel damage there, though. So we'll see if Alex Sweeney can get back into this.
Yeah, it looks like I think I also noticed that number 59 looks like he went up, like coasted up a little bit, drifted up a little bit towards the center of the track, and I think the 88 had a run, thinking he could squeeze in between, and I think that's what ended up screwing it up.
All right. Well, there's plenty of stuff happening here now. We have a lot of races that look like they came in. Again, remember, tires are really not going to be an issue here. One thing I'm looking for, and we'll talk about it later, is we're going to talk about fuel. And especially, Marvin, you and I kind of have the same idea when we're running. No, I don't run NASCAR, but you were kind of saying it the same thing, the defensive, the passive driving, if you will. We're going to talk about fuel consumption when we get towards the end of this race. But production truck, can we please bring up the leads of the pack? And Marvin, what are you looking for in this?
What I'm looking for a restart, man, definitely you want to make sure, as far as keeping your line hunkered down, you want to make sure you get a good restart, especially not so much from the leader, but that top 3, top 5. You want to make sure you get a good restart. Don't leave any big gaps that will eventually mess with you, because keep in mind, like I think we noticed earlier, I think the leader got a good run. I'm not sure if it was the 98, had a good jump on the restart, and at a track like Michigan, Charlotte, or even, Bristol, I mean, you get a great restart, no problem. It's not going to affect anything. But on a drafting track like Daytona and Talladega, yeah, if you get too big of a jump, that leaves second, third, fourth, fifth to just freight train all over you, and you'll lose the lead or cause a wreck if you're trying to block. So you want to make sure that you get a good restart amongst your fellow drivers, and don't be too far ahead, but also don't set yourself up to where you're too slow and then you get consumed.
It would have been a lot more helpful if you could hear me as I was talking. I didn't mute myself. But I caught some of that, not going to lie. Anyway, all right. This is our starting pack here. It's Rodin Farmer out front. Good amount of cars here behind. I personally think one thing that isn't talked about enough, really, even when I watch Daytona and listen to the commentators, one thing I really think we need to be paying attention to, and you can tell me what your thoughts are. When you pick a line, the cars behind you, you need to trust who's behind you. Because if somebody leaves too big of a gap on a restart, there is a chance your line is just going to fall backwards. And
Absolutely.
the other line will take advantage. You could go from first on the inside and drop all the way to 10th. So,
Yep,
do you trust the players and the racers behind you? And there it is, already the inside line. No one got up to speed the right way. Two massive gaps in between, but Ben Road was able to launch pretty fast. And now again, that inside line is still Ben. That inside line really seems to be the preferred track.
Yeah,
Or
absolutely.
preferred
I'm seeing
lane,
that
rather.
the inside. Yeah, the inside lane, it looks like it's just making headways. The top lane seems to have struggled throughout the whole race. But right now, it looks like the 98 and the 01 are team tagging right now. And the 98 clears the 9, but not the 01. But the 01 has no help. Oh, unless we see the 88 go down, and it's going to be a 6-way dogfight as we approach the tri-oval. And it looks like the number 9, the Farmer, is actually going to lead this lap.
Yeah. It's like I said it before we started. Do you trust the people behind you to be able to keep the 9 and 10 and 7 are all close to each other. Right now, Rhodes got the speed. But again, how much fuel is he burning? How much of those tires is he burning? Having to try to maintain the lead with nobody behind him. It's going to be something we're going to have to consider here. We're going to go ahead and take a look at the difference here in speed here. We'll get off the manufacturers here, off the left side of your screen. We're going to move back into our top 20 and the difference behind in terms of while production does that. 2 solid lines here formed around Daytona. We're 83 laps in. We're almost halfway done. This race started an hour and 15 minutes or so ago. Again, endurance is going to become a factor. Take a look here at the second pack. Let's get off the leaders for a second. There is a small group here forming with Litchfield and Reyes and Grace, the 59 as well. This second group is going to be one to watch because they may do that passive strategy and just hang there.
Yeah, I agree, Adam. They may do that as well. And I'm watching Litchfield and Reyes. I mean, those two kind of been working a little bit together. They've been close to each other throughout this whole run. And I've been keeping an eye on Reyes. He looks like he hasn't shown all of his cards yet. I think he's saving. He's saving something towards the end. So definitely want to keep an eye on him. We're looking at the second pack going around the number 22. As we approach turn 3, we're looking at the number 37 of Litchfield making a pass on number 59. And it looks like, yep, we're clear on that. And then as the Litchfield leads that pack on the tri-oval, looks like we're approaching the lap where we have marked off lap 85. And I'm looking at the times right now. Looks like they're making slight headway actually to the leaders. So I think they're catching up right now. I think they're trying to gather their bearings. I think they're trying to make sure, they can all get single file and then push to the front. As we see the front pack, they're going all over the place right now, dicing, beating and banging, slicing through traffic. This is just going to slow these guys up a lot. I can see Litchfield right now. I'm looking at the telemetry right now. He's 1.8 off. When we first looked at him, he was about 2.5. Now he's definitely almost cut it to almost 1 second. So yeah, this is not helping the leaders at all. And
Oh no,
sure
that
Litchfield,
second pack is licking their chops right now. They're like, please, continue to go flop around the track. Somebody do something or we'll just take the lead and 10 cars can get knocked out of the race.
agreed.
Again,
They smell blood in the water.
That's a really good way of putting it, because I'm just commentating this, and I'd be like, if I was in that Litchfield Reyes Grace group, I'd be licking my chops just looking and watching these cars go all over the place. Be like, please, somebody do something stupid. Stay safe, but someone just do something stupid. And just let us take the lead. Clear 10 cars out of us. But it does seem that that front pack has found their groove. I'm a little concerned, though, about the one car. We have seen a little bit more from Durham here. Might be a little loose. Might be something to go in for an adjustment on the next pit stop.
We're on board right now. Durham, he's kind of made himself into the top 10. He's like just waiting there, I think. But yeah, he could be on older tires. The car might be slip and slide a little bit, and it looks like he got a good run there, but he didn't hit nobody, so we're good there. We're good there. And what happened to the second pack? Litchfield, something happened. Next thing I know, they were like, oh, that's what happened. Too wide racing. Number 77 says, okay, screw this, guys. I'm not waiting no more. Let me lead this pack and show you how it's done. It went from 1.5 all the way to 3.5 seconds.
Oh, that's why.
Corner.
Oh, look. Overdrive fans. Hey, look. It's Angel Delgado in the 90. Look at that. He's right up on Pienter's rear end. Does he have a rocket ship again? I mean, this was the class of the field, Marvin. Like the second half of last year and all throughout the playoffs. It was just like Angel Delgado, Gap, Reyes, Super Gap, everyone else.
Yeah, it looks like those two have a plan.
He single-handedly put Pienta.
No, there's a wreck. That's why the 07. Oh my goodness!
Why?
Oh, damn! What happened there? What? That's the leader too. The 9.
Don't make us look like idiots. Why did you do that?
Oh my good. There's too much going on now. The 07, he's crab walking right now. Oh my goodness, he's got a lot of damage right now. That's our leader, ladies and gentlemen. That is our leader, the number 9 Monster Energy Chevy Camaro. He wasn't first. We weren't thinking of anything about him. He was just leading. Oh, the 07 looks like he got into him. Almost saved it. 00. Oh, that was a nice save of the 00 Permatex Camaro. Number 10 is going down. Oh, he's off camera right now. I don't know if he makes it. 95 00, that Dr. Pepper machine makes it through. But that we were looking at the second pack, wondering what happened. Why are they were catching the leaders? Why do all this beating and banging? And then all of a sudden, look, right there.
This is what we were talking about. Play. I'd be driving passive. Let someone in the front make a mistake. Chapman with so much speed, there was nothing Farmer could do there. Turns them 1, 2, 3, 4 involved. Rosca gets turned. Hilbashian into the wall. That is your big one, and we're only halfway through the race. That is what we're talking about. We don't want to see anybody get hurt. But, yeah. Crash at Daytona. Crash at Daytona. What a surprise.
Oh, my goodness. Right there, Kabashian. Oh, my. Oh, almost had it saved, but didn't hit the wall. He did not hit the wall, so that's a good thing right there.
Good
nice
save by Kabashian. Oh, man, that's something else. What's up, racing fans? I see you all in YouTube chat. How we doing tonight? Enjoying a little Daytona 500 action? Thumbs up in the chat if you are. Production truck, if we could. Sean, if you could get us to the start of that wreck. And let's get a top-down shot. Let's take a look at how many cars were involved. So this is something I want to take a look at, Marvin, because this is going to be very crucial. Come on to this next set of pit stops. So we're going to get a quick overview here. Again, here's Chapman getting into the back of Farmer. So we now know there's 2 cars already. Here we go. Watch this. As this is going to happen, we know Roscoe's right there in third with Road. How many of these cars are going to get involved? So we got 1, 2, 3, 4. Road, the 96, the 10, that's 5, 6, 7. Rosca able to save it. 8, that's the 88. That was involved. 88 hard into the pit road wall. Yeah, so about 8 or so cars, possibly more. But yeah, with that being said, again, I'm Adam, aka WXFan21, hanging out with Marvin up here in the booth. Sean has decided to run back into his hidey hole in the production truck. Probably eating a steak, maybe some lobster, maybe some good old-fashioned barbecue. That's right, Sean. I said it. Sean and I actually got the pleasure of actually meeting up in person last month. I was in Austin, Texas for Counter-Strike. Austin Major. Met Sean in person. We had some good old-fashioned Texas barbecue. It was a ton of fun. We both kind of lost track of the time. But, yeah, Sean's probably having some barbecue in the production truck. He's woohooing in our ears, Marvin. I think he's very excited. But, Marvin, what do you think of this race here so far? And do you also want a filet?
Yes, to the fillet, absolutely. Medium rare for me. However, going on to the race, I love this. Love this. Love this. Love this. Action packed. I mean, what you think in one frame is set in stone. The moment you take your eyes off of it, it comes back in a different limelight. Like we just saw the number 9. He was the leader. And then we go to look at the second pack, wondering why they're moving around so much, losing the main lead. All we notice is a caution, and then the number 9 car just sitting there on the straightaway.
Yeah. Shout out to all of you watching live as well. We see the comments rolling in. I'm on TV, the thumbs up. Third Musketeer says doing great. We have 33 people watching live. I think we've gotten as high as about 36. Make sure you share this on social media. We're almost halfway through this race. We've got another hour and a half so to go. Let's do it. We're going to go crank it up here. Just sit back, relax, and enjoy the sounds here at Daytona. You know the honor. Anyway, what's up, everybody? We back. Chat also wants some fillets. Sorry, chat. They're all going to the commentary booth. No, you can't have any. Do not try to ransack the commentary booth. I have bodyguards posted outside for my fillets protection. In all seriousness here, a really good restart. And we have one of the new racers here, Marvin. Mans is leading the front pack here. At what point, if your drivers and you realize you just can't get in front, I mean, to you, is anybody, I clip I'm saying this for Daytona, does anybody have the balls to try to make the top line come in here at Daytona?
Man, that's going to be difficult, Adam. I've seen bursts of speed from the top, but as we see right now, the 01 of Durham making a move with Farmer, who was in the lead, now sitting back tight up to the third spot right now in the top groove. Looks like Mans is making a move right now to lead that top pack. Man, I don't know, Adam. I haven't seen the top work, so I'm not very confident that it will work. But if
I'm
you
not
time it
either.
just right, but I don't see it. Yeah, I just don't see it. It's gonna be a low groove. Oh my goodness, Man's a new driver, but he's taking charge. He's driving like he's been doing this for years. And
So I also just wanted to let you all know, and I do apologize, race control is in my ear. We want to let you all know that Green Phantom Motorsports, Race, Litchfield, and Brian Reyes, unfortunately, they seem to be having throttle issues. The entire team has throttle issues.
oh man, that's going to affect them big time.
That is-
I was wondering why they were not up there towards the front.
Yep. So again, that is GPM. That is Green Phantom Motorsports, Colin Gray, Sam Litchfield, and Brian Reyes. The 27, 37, and 21. They are having throttle issues right now, Marvin. So I think if you're them, you're just... I mean, they're all running right now 14, 15, 16. They're just maintaining things. They want a pit stop in a bad way. They want to come in on that next set of green flag pit stops. They need to get these throttle issues under control. Again, if they can. This isn't like, oh, you're too tight, you're too loose. Can someone give me a quick adjustment? No, this is, you got a throttle issue. Is that something your pit crews can do in the 15 seconds you're going to have on pit road? Or are you going to risk going a potential lap down? I mean, are you going to potentially go a lap down hoping that you can fix out what's going on with these throttle issues?
Man, I don't know. That's going to be tough, Adam. I would have to ride it out, honestly. It doesn't look like they're doing too bad as they caught the top pack. But the thing of it is, yeah, that will cause an issue. But I don't think that's something that's going to be easily fixed during the race on a pit stop. I mean, I've been in multiple issues where I've had steering, throttle issues. Sometimes they'll fix themselves, and other times you just have to deal with it. But I think those three, they're doing well so far. They look like they've caught up to the top pack. And I think if they work together throughout this entire run, they probably could be up there fighting for the win. But they got to stay in line. They have to maintain pace. Right now, they're behind on that last pack, like the very end of the pack. Man, it's going to be hard. I'm looking at the telemetry right now. They're close. They haven't lost it, but they're not gaining ground either. So I don't know what to tell you about that.
You also can see how the front pack literally has started to move away from them, and the three of them just keep up the pack. One thing I've been getting, hang on, I'm getting, once again, things from race control. Apparently, they just want to talk to me. So, yeah, apparently we have a grown man crying on the racetrack. Sam Litchfield apparently is crying in his car saying, please don't do that again to somebody on the track. We have no idea who, but race control, kind of laughing in my ear, thought that'd be funny to add here. Sam is crying to somebody, please don't do that again on the racetrack. Please don't do what? Don't get you a fillet while you're driving, throw it at your car. Don't do what? Anyway. I think what's interesting here, I want to take a look at this here real quick. We're coming up at about halfway through this race. Chat now saying risk it for the fillet, win for the fillet. Chat really is getting hungry. I already had my dinner, and now you all making fillet. The joke is getting a little too far. Now I want food. Anyway, John, if you could do me a favor, let's take a look at all the lapped cars. And let's bring them up here on the standings, because I'm really interested to see how many cars are not on the lead lap. We know we got Paramin and Road, who, Marvin, we know were involved in that last wreck. Only a lap down. Okay. I see that 31 up here. Looks like he started making a comeback. Where is our 31? He's also several laps down, but still in the lead pack. He's not out of this yet. Gotcha. Kilbashian, we're being told, is out of the race after that last hockey.
What a shame. He was doing it well.
Yep. And again, you can see it here. So we know Sweeney is at least 3 laps down. We can't see it here on the screen. That's what I'm being told. Sweeney is... No. We're trying to figure out... There we go. Now we got the split. We'll figure that out. Perriman a lap down. Road a lap down. Pactor a lap down. Sweeney is 19 laps down. Kilbashian is the only car of the 22 that is officially out of the race. Unfortunate. Roscoe, no. Excuse me. Hang on. Twitch chat, this is your, this is Adam here speaking, aka WX Fan 21. This is your, obligatory Christopher Roscoe mention. This has been a Christopher Roscoe mention. Now back to your regular scheduled programming. So Marvin, just to fill you in on that, Roscoe kind of gave me some crap last season. Why don't you talk about me enough? Because you're not winning anything, and Delgado is dominating most of these races. What do you want from me? No. Roscoe's a guy I am very happy to see him. He's put in a lot of work here in the off season. I've actually seen quite a few bit of our inaugural drivers, Marvin, in the off season, repping for the start of this season. Now, obviously, as you know as a driver, this is the most prestigious race in all of NASCAR. This is one of the 2 that you want to win. This is the one that, you know, you have your name etched in history here at Daytona. It's the Daytona 500, and it's obviously winning a championship. And I'd say the third one in there, the Coca-Cola 600.
Yes, absolutely. I agree with that.
Okay. Apparently, the field is now rooting for Travis Farmer to win.
He's back in the lead now. He's back in the lead. We saw him.
I love it.
Spinning and sitting there in the front stretch. Now he's in the lead again.
Twitch chat's having a ball with this filet joke. All right. So let's take a look at our top 10. That's Farmer, Roscoe, Mans, Culfers, Slow J, Morales, Durham, Brown, Honda, Johns. I mean, this is pretty interesting. You take a look. Everyone's running single file. I smell green flag pit stops coming up soon. It just kind of seems like it. No one's over racing. I think we're going to see some green flag pit stops come up here. Oh, hang on. Kilbashian is back on the course, 7 laps down.
Wow, nice.
Now 8 laps down, but he's back.
Yep, he's back.
Kilbashian is not the leader. Lies! Lies! Squishy lies! Shut up, Roger. My various reference. Not the leader! I love it.
Real quick, I'm coming out of my hibernation real quick, boys and girls. Out of hibernation. Well, oh, okay, I'm going to get back to it. We got one going loose.
Get back in your hole!
I'm going!
Get back in production!
As soon as Sean came out, the car of 96, I think, came out of the pack. Wow.
Sean got it perfect. Sean
timing.
got the 96 very excited, apparently. The 96 looked out the corner of their window, saw Sean running to the commentary booth, and got very excited. And,
Sean and Jader curse out here tonight, boys and girls.
Oh, it's late. We've somehow talked about fillets and have lost a bunch of live viewers. I think they left to go get dinner. Oh, this is great. Jackson Brown, the 90s. We have had several number changes this year, too. We have Sam Litchfield going from the 22 to the 37. Jackson Brown was in the... Wasn't he in the 12? So definitely some number changes. Fillets and lobster tails aside, a very long race, a big endurance race here again, and I get a feeling we might see some uncharacteristic mistakes from some drivers. As we head into the back half of this race, it is fully nighttime. The lights are on at the track. It's beautiful outside. It's a crisp 70 some odd degrees. No clouds in the sky. Sean has finally got off the track, and drivers are no longer being distracted.
Oh yeah, he's working them hands, trying to keep it off the wall. That's for sure. Lightning cat-like reflexes there, ninja-like.
Nicely done. I mean, honestly, a good save overall here for the 96. There was no wreck involved. Did cause a caution, but nevertheless, here we go. There is the trio that we were talking about earlier. That's the trio that, again, spending a little bit of extra time here in the pits, talking over what can they do to fix their throttle issues. Also, shout out to the Hulk Hogan paint scheme. I don't know. You're the production guy. You're the one that just had it.
13?
Oh. Yeah, it was Ponder.
Yeah, 13. Okay, there you go. Yep.
Shout out. Rest in peace, Hulk Hogan.
And Ozzy.
Shout out to the Hulkster. No, you are fine. We got a lot of, unfortunately, legend Hulk Hogan passing away at the age of 71 last week. Caught me by surprise. I know that. Caught the entire wrestling world, by surprise. Hulk Hogan put wrestling in the public eye and made it as popular as it was and still is. Without Hulk Hogan, without the legendary WrestleMania 3 match between him and Andre the Giant, the Power Slam heard around the world, wrestling probably is nowhere near what it is today. Rest in peace, Hulk Hogan. Sean's going to pop in here as well. Sean wanted to send condolences as well to some others.
You got it there. Moment of silence for the man, the myth, the legend, Hulk Hogan, as well as the Prince of Darkness. Real quick, before we get back to racing, I know I'm popping back in and out here. You're wondering, where is the all Sean and Tater? Well, we got Adam and Marvin.
Careful, you're going to make the 96 excited again.
Oh, hey, there we go. Oh, we got a lot to watch here tonight. Grab a drink, grab a snack. Marvin, Adam, I appreciate you joining me up here tonight, the commentator booth. We got a long way to go, a long time to get there. Have a blast here the rest of this race. How about Travis Farmer, number 9, back up to the race lead?
Question for you, Sean, from one of our amazing viewers. They want to know, did you bring the fillets?
DoorDash got me beat on that one, but hey, maybe next time. I got you.
That wants to know if you got their fillets, is all I'm saying. Ours are already on the way. They want to get you. But anyway, here we go. The pace car lights are off. Fillets aside, chat, strap in, because we got a great second half of this race for you. We are over 100 laps in. And a couple of cars that I really want to focus on here, as you see everyone just filing back on as we get the ticker on the left-hand side. Cars I want to focus on are Angel Delgado, who is on the lead lap. Jeremy Pienta, who we know was very strong early on. can that entire team that had throttle issues, have they been able to fix them on pit road? They are still on the lead lap. Gonna be ones to watch as well. We are back green here at Daytona. 90 laps to go in the Daytona 500. Farmer still out in front, followed by Christopher Rosca. Two new drivers, Kalfers and Durham. Mans is there as well in the Dr. Pepper car. Rosca in his orange and blue paint scheme.
Oh, it looks like
Drivers
we're going almost 4 wide on the backstretch.
This
Adam.
isn't a 1.5. Stop it. Where is the drafting?
They are fighting for real estate. Each one of them trying to be the leader. But right now, I think it's still way too soon as we see Farmer, Rosca, and Kalfers taking the top 3 on the tri-oval. Looks like they keep things right now square in check as we see the number 96 peeking on the outside. I think the 99 Dr. Pepper machine said, get back over it in line. And looks like the 96 is falling back, went above the high lane. And I think he's going backwards all the way to 10th, P10.
I just want to point this out. Alex Morales, who had that pit road penalty, if you can remember back, it was about 70 or 60 or 70 or so laps ago, had a pit road penalty, is now in 5th place. That penalty meant absolutely nothing here because he's done it, he's overcome it, he's done great strategy based on the caution, so he's going to be one to watch for. Speaking of ones to watch, time to bring back a segment that we did last season. It's the ones to watch segment. Shout out to the NASCAR crew that do this on a week in, week out basis. Marvin, of all these drivers here in the field, not a driver that you think might necessarily win the race, but who is a driver, who is your one to watch?
Man, I've been keeping an eye out on that it's either the 00 or the 07. Those two I've been keeping an eye out. But I'm going to say the 00. 00 of Rosca. He's been involved in some accidents, and he's been kind of like towards the mid-pack, kind of like that second pack, just watching, waiting, and then all of a sudden now he's amongst the top 3. I think he is one to watch in my eyes.
Yeah, I agree. Rosca's definitely one to watch. I'm going to give you a different one. And there were a lot of racers that, in my opinion, ones to watch. I'm going to point out a new one for you, and he just took the lead. It's that number 1 of Durham. This is someone that has been fighting for the lead a good chunk of this race. Michael Durham Jr. He is my one to watch here. Let's see how he can deal with in this grizzly Chevy Camaro with that bright orange paint scheme. Also want to give a shout out again to all of you watching this live. Currently 28 of you are watching this live. Big shout out to all of you. And I see somebody in chat that I remember from last season. Shout outs to Harold Delgado. How are you? And I hope you're doing well. All right, now that we get that out of the way with. Fun fact of the race, Marvin. Do you know that we have a driver all the way from Poland competing in this race today?
Oh, did not know that. And who is this driver?
The number 82, Corey Kalfers. Racing. He's a driver from Poland. And he is racing here in the Daytona 500.
Wow, and he's top 10. Top 10 right now. He's sitting quietly.
That's right. Again, big shout outs to you, Corey Kalfers Jr. from Poland. All right. Finally, we get a little bit of green flag racing. Harold, hope you're doing well. I see you over there. Hope things have been well for you. All right, it's time for us to go to another Crank It Up segment. This time we're going to go a little bit longer than a lap. We're going to take a quick break. So then enjoy the sights and sounds of Daytona.
It looks like we have Durham right now leading the charge as we are approaching lap 120, currently 119, followed by Johns and Pinta rounding out the top three right now. Looks like we're getting some single file action here. Nothing too crazy right now. I think the drivers are trying to size each other up, get an idea of where each other's weaknesses and strengths are, collecting some thoughts, to get a good run and later in the race. I mean, it looks all calm and collective right now, but as the laps wind down, this could start getting dicey. Looks like as we approach lap 120, so 80 laps to go in this beautiful race we have here at Daytona with the Gen 6 Cup cars here at the Overdrive Cup Series race. We are looking at the number 90 Delgado and Farmer right now. That is fourth and fifth, followed by Rosca and sixth, Mans and seventh, Pulfers in eighth, Morales in ninth, and Floje in 10th, rounding up that top 10 right now. And as I mentioned before, right now we're doing a single file racing right now. And I think we're going to be running into some pit stops here coming up really soon. I'm not sure 100% where we're at with fuel or tires, but I believe the next round of pit stops are going to be crucial. And then some drivers may take advantage of taking no tires, just splash and go, or others, if they're having an issue with turning, getting the car to turn and get that corner speed, others may actually take some tires, 2 or 4. Just depends on where you're at on the track. Right now, we're looking at single file racing with Durham leading, followed by Johns close by. And as we see that Dr. Pepper machine behind Rosca peeking out into the draft, looking to try to get that sixth position, but it looks like he thought nothing more of it and then tucked back in line. And we're seeing eighth, ninth, and 10th. Oh, caution. Oh, we have a caution here with Mike Chapman. He got involved in another incident earlier and looks like he just got bit again right now. Oh my goodness, this is going to be the seventh caution of the race. And then we also want to thank out everybody in YouTube land on the chat right now. Everybody in the chat, thank you very much. You guys are awesome. Appreciate you guys being here, watching us. And right now, as we are looking on the blimp cam for the number 07, what happened there? Looks like there was an accident before 37. Yeah, looks like Colin Grace, 37, got into an incident, slowed everybody down. I saw the '07 hit its brakes, locked it up, but it was too much speed, too much momentum, and took him out right now for a spin as we see the 72. And I think Reyes in the number 21 also got involved. Yep, that's what happened. Oh, Reyes. Ow, almost missed it. Oh my goodness. Oh man, that is
You
such a
know,
shame.
it's how much of those throttle issues really affect those three. Because again, go back to the wreck. Who was involved? That entire team. Grace, Litchfield, and Reyes. You saw them all have issues. The 72 got involved. The 7 got involved. Again, just it's really, really unfortunate. But instead of green flag pit stops, we are going to get those pit stops here that you mentioned there, Marvin. Everyone's coming to take fuel. They're coming to take tires. So this will be fun. I'm excited to see who is going to maybe get on a little bit of strategy. Does every driver take 4 tires? Does anyone go with 2? Be very interesting. Farmer might have the best car of the entire group tonight.
It looks like the front two got tires and fuel, and looks like they really gapped the field from third. So, I mean, yeah, Farmer has been looking really racy along with Rosca as well. So, I'm gonna put money that these two are going to be ones to watch.
Also want to give a massive shout out to all of our sponsors involved in this race. Check them all out, upper right hand corner of your screen. All right, get the pace car going around, having a grand old time. I went out to Texas Roadhouse. Okay, I gotta stop that joke now. Though now I do have a creative Texas Roadhouse. Might have to get that this week. 790, 77, the 21 have been on pit road now for quite some time. How bad was the damage on all of them? Finally, there goes Pienta. He's getting back on out. Will be fun and interesting to see who is who's still on the lead lap after that. Big look again. You can see from Chapman's point of view, just absolutely unfortunate there. So yet again, hey, check it out. Farmer, Rosca, Slowaj, Morales, Durham round out your top 5. We have several drivers now laps down. Litchfield's a lap down. Kilbashian 5 laps down. Sweeney is 17 laps down. And there you go as well. You see Pachter 2 laps down as well. Most likely Pritchard, Proctor. They're all going to have... Let's see what goes on here. Pritchard's still on pit road. He'll be a couple of laps down. All right, here we go. We're coming around. The lights on the pace car are off. We will be going green. We will have 75 laps to go here at Daytona as they round the bend headed towards the Geico restart zone. What a beautiful look at the inside of that tire. I mean, can we get that again? I mean, look at that expert craftsmanship. Also, shout out, because that was a video game reference. I think it was from the Ratchet & Clank series, but nevertheless. Oh, no, it wasn't. That was, look at that native craftsmanship. I think it might have been a SpongeBob reference or somewhere. Anyway, all references aside, Farmer takes the lead on the inside lane. Rosca's going to go drop down. Was on the outside. Elected to drop back on down. Here we go. We are back on the green. 75 laps to go. And again, you can see your drivers right there. It's Farmer and Rosca. 1, 2. They really have been the strong cars here. Really over the last 40 laps or so. Can they keep that going? Is going to be something they're going to have to think about. Pienta is dropping far behind here as well. Kilbashian, who was involved in a wreck early on, has come back from 8 laps down to now only 5 laps down. Can he get back on the lead lap by the time he goes down?
That would be impressive if we could.
Oh, absolutely. Keep your eye on that number 90, Car of Angel Delgado. You know, one driver in our one to watch segment that we really didn't go over. How about Johnson, the 28, who's been running top 10 for most of this race? Shout out to you, Trenton Johns. That 28 car there, the Ryan Blaney-like paint scheme. Big shout out to you, because that's a name we didn't say enough of last season. But we are green. Going back around, looking at lap 127. Man,
oh, that
go well.
Now, he's going to gather it back up.
No caution. No caution. We stay green.
Oh, my goodness. Was that the 56?
Maybe. Back to 59.
59.
So he was trying to get back into the lower line draft and ends up skating through the Daytona side there in the grass infield. Saves it though. No
Yeah,
one
he
else
does save it.
involved. We stay in green. We stay in green.
He's going to have to wish for a caution, though, if he wants to catch back up to the field, or maybe some pit strategy might help him catch back up. But yeah, that's unfortunate for Patrick.
Unfortunate it is. But nevertheless, here we go. Oh, Reyes is back into the pits. Oh boy, still having issues with his car. So he's back on pit road. Rosca, he looks like he might be trying to make a move here on Farmer. I don't know if this is the time to do it though. It looked like he was maybe trying to side draft him here a bit, Marvin.
It looks like he was a little bit to try to get some speed there, but could not make it work. So looks like it's still Farmer and Rosca. Top two. Looks like those two have been essentially taking command of this race for the past 10 laps. Here from the cars on in turn 2. Oh my goodness, man. These guys are going double file drafting right now. It looks like the 96 taking the charge on the top lane, trying to get it to work. I thought the 01 might have gotten him a little bit swirly there, but looks like he gathered it back up. And right now he's looking for a third position and trying to hunt down the leaders for first and second.
You know who's doing the best job of any car in this entire race? That would be the 404 and the 91. They're just having tremendous racers watching from the sidelines. That is our amazing race control fueling. Cowser and Stelway. That is our race control teams. 22 car field, race control having a grand old time. By the way, want to give Dan, that 91 car, want to give him a shout out because has been going through some medical things, is finally getting better and is more than on the mend. So shout out to Dan, who is outstanding leader of the Overdrive Cup Series. So just wanted to give him a shout out. It's so good to be back commentating here. Also want to give a shout out to you, Marvin. Appreciate you stepping up to do some commentary with me tonight. And again, folks, sorry about the tech issues. Sean and I basically had a couple of tonight. I was going to produce this one. Sean had another one to do. He had some technical issues before it started. So sorry about that. But Marvin, appreciate you commentating so far.
It's great to be here with you, Adam, with you and Sean here in the booth. I'm having a lot of fun. I am loving watching drivers duke it out, look at the strategies, look at the different types of passes. I mean, it helps me ultimately. I love super speedway racing, so I'm definitely taking notes with this one.
Love it. Love to hear that. Again, thank you, Marvin. And again, shout out to my boy, Sean Stamp, who just an absolutely amazing human being. Again, Sean and I had a chance to meet when I was in Austin back in so it was a pleasure meeting him in person. Again, we met up, got dinner, and the time just absolutely flew. So it was a ton of fun seeing him in person. And I know we've been looking for a lot of stuff, looking forward to a lot of upcoming stuff here at the Stam Studio Network. Make sure you follow Sean, and of course, follow the Stam Studio Network on all socials, including making sure you drop a like and subscribe here on YouTube to stay up to date with everything we have coming up with here at the network. Big things coming here from the Stam Studio Network. Now, with that being said, we do have a question in Twitch chat, not Twitch chat. Excuse me, YouTube chat. Announcers, what are your favorite schemes currently on the grid? Marvin, we'll start with you. You got a favorite paint scheme?
Man, I don't know. I would actually say I'm really digging that 00 paint scheme that Roscoe
that was mine. I agree. Roscoe's is really good.
it
Just a
brings
little
me
peek behind.
Eric
Go ahead.
McClure vibes.
There you go. He spent a good amount of time working on this paint scheme. He spent a good amount of time working on that earlier on this year. So showing enough, it's come out really, really good. I'm like, a little somewhat different, that 31 car. Look, cyan, if you ask me for a favorite color, a specific favorite color is cyan. So shout out to Sweeney in that cyan and black color combo car.
Ooh, nice. I like that one too.
Color paint scheme.
Beautiful choice as well. Can't complain about that one.
I also think Travis Farmer, if you take a look, good professional segue there, right into following the leader.
Oh,
as we have a wreck!
The big one? Is this the big one? Oh, and
This
the
might
07.
be.
Yeah.
Looked like we had about 10 cars involved.
Oh my goodness.
Did somebody
What
let Sean out of the
happened?
production booth again? No, I'm kidding. I think that was just, people, again, just trying to clamor for spacing. Let's go, and once we have the replay loaded, we're going to take a look at it because it was just good old-fashioned green flag racing. And this wreck wasn't at the front. It was actually middle of the pack, so let's see what happened. We know that 5 was involved. Here's the number 1, who we know has had a fast car all night. There's the 13. Gets into the back of the 1, and that just causes a massive wreck there up front. It wasn't mid-pack. It was up front. Again, we'll go back and replay that here for you. We're going to slow things down. Watch the 13. Got in the back of the 1, pushes the 10 of Kilbashian, who was already several laps down. Takes out the 5, and then this is just this sideways. There's nowhere you go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7... 8, 9 cars involved, maybe 10. That's just unfortunate. That is the big one here at Daytona. Again, we don't like wrecks. We want to make sure everyone stays safe, but there's a reason sometimes it's called the big one at a super speedway. When you're going 200 miles an hour in vehicles and just something small like that happens, sometimes you just get massive wrecks like that involved.
Now, one thing I want to say and note this, the number 96 Dex Toyota Camry, he was looking at this first hand in that wreck, and he came out of it unscathed. Is there a way we can go on board with them?
What a brake job! What a brake job by the 96. Threading the needle. Oh, and then gets back
that
at the
I
end.
spoke so soon. on board with Jackson Brown. We're looking at it right here. I mean, man, like, look at the steering wheel. He's keeping it straight, just micro corrections, making sure he doesn't step out. And he's like, all right, cool. I'm all clear. And then corner, last minute. It's like literally missing getting hit by the bus and then all of a sudden getting ran over by Granny's wheelchair.
What?
I'm gonna call it as that.
What
That's
kind
it.
of
It's a Looney.
reference is that?
That's a Looney Tunes reference. I'm gonna stick with it.
I was gonna say, is this like Grandma got run over by a reindeer? This time, Grandma out for revenge in a wheelchair. Holy moly! 5, can you not wreck the pace car, please? Nope. All right. Good thing we're in a caution because Sean has stepped out of the production booth. Going over to check on his boy, the number 96, make sure he's okay. Probably blowing some kisses his way as well. See, Sean can't do anything. He can fight me. He's not even listening to any of this right now. I can totally pull him, and that's totally fine. So, anyway, all right, with that being said here, Marvin, we take a look and we refocus here, all jokes and all kidding aside. Big wreck here at Daytona. That is going to cause people to come in and pit. We were at about lap 130. If things stay green, race control tells me that a full tank of fuel is about 37 laps. What kind of strategy do you have to employ here? a lot of these cars just came in about 5 to 10 laps ago. If I'm these drivers and I wasn't involved in the wreck, I'm staying out.
Man, I probably would. It's hard to say. If you're up front, I would probably stay out. If you're behind, I'd probably come in and get a fresh set of tires and some splash of fuel. Or maybe no fuel, just tires. It's hard to say. Personally, I like to stay out. No need to come in. I personally would just stay out.
All right, so race control telling me something pretty interesting. The number 7 car of Mike Chapman. Race control says that Chapman's been involved in every single crash tonight in the Daytona 500 here in the inaugural season of the Overdrive Cup Series. And he's still on the lead lap with not much damage.
He's got luck from the racing gods himself.
That's insane.
He's got a lot of luck.
That's absolutely insane.
And he's not like all the way in the back. He's like in the middle. He's in the midst of things. He's in the eye of the storm, technically, you call it. He's right there. And anything that has happened to him has happened, and he's still there. That is that's overcoming every type of adversity possible.
Yeah. No kidding. All right, so we do have Sean back at the production truck. Sean, this is Adam up in the booth. Can you hear me? All right, Sean. Listen, we want to know up here in the booth, how is your boy, the 96, doing? Did you get a chance to go to pit road, blow him a couple smooches, make sure he's okay?
Real quick, after smooching Brian Reyes up enough after last season, Jackson Brown up here, he's changed manufacturers, Toyota! He's going to start out here 14th. All right, that's it. I'm Hermit Crab. I'm going back home. See you later.
Nah, he's Hermit Crab going back home. I just had to give him a little whip. But anyway, so no, greatly appreciate Sean there. You know, this is a long race, Marvin, and a lot of us do need breaks as well. Let's use the bathroom, grab a snack. Very long race. That was our 9th caution.
Real quick, I'm sorry to come back here out of hibernation. Did we just start a race to go back under yellow flag? Sorry to cut you off there, Adam. I think we did.
I was wondering the same thing.
We're headed like negative Mach 2 right now. What are we doing, boys?
Negative Mach 2. Okay. To the snails? Hang on. Race control is talking to me. Race control says that, yep, we're in preseason form. The yellow was thrown because accidentally race control decided to throw the caution by accident.
Sorry to scare you, Marvin. That was last yellow there that we take a quick replay of. Unfortunately, race control finger's gonna slip here tonight.
Yeah, accidentally somebody in race control accidentally hit the caution button. Sorry, chat. Making sure you all are wakey. You all are paying attention. Where is our YouTube chat? YouTube chat, wake up. YouTube chat, wake up. All right, well, we take a look here at what we believe is the new top 5 here. You see Morales currently in the lead. Now heads up here to the pace car again. That was a accidental caution throw. So it's the number 5 car on the lead. Travis Farmer here in 2nd place. There is Trenton Johns over in 3rd. Rosca in 4th. And then here is the new number 22. Postic Soloish. I gotta learn how to pronounce his last name. I apologize to you, Soloish. My apologies if I completely botched that. But we'll just call you Solo. But yeah. Well, so that's an interesting top 5. And once again, Trenton Johns, still in the top 10, hanging out, having a grand old time. Our friend from Poland, Kalfers, over in 6th place. Ashton Pritchard, deciding he wants to race this season and not hang out on pit row like he did towards the end of last season. That's right. Deal with it, Pritchard. No, just give him a hard time. Ponder over in 8th. Chapman, the Iron Man, or I don't even know if we call Chapman an Iron Man or an absolute iron car at this point. Been banged up with almost every single caution throughout, every single crash throughout this race, and is still here. And Mans as well in the 99. That rounds out your top 10. Colin Grace right behind as well. Has rebounded, hopefully, from those throttle issues. But, yep. Hauser, that 404 car. Someone from race control making sure the drivers are on their toes. It's so dark in the infield. Can we get them some light, please?
Yeah, they're not using the road course section, so looks like it's very dark there. I don't think ticket sales were completely out for the infield, but looks like we're going back to the restart.
Please don't throw another caution. Let's go. It's the 5 and the 9. To take here we go. And the 5's going to take it. Trenton Johns passes Travis. Yeah, he's getting everybody behind him. Farmer and Roscoe working together on the outside lane. They're getting caught that outside lane. Not as fast as the inside lane. Can Farmer and Roscoe work together to make that outside lane work? They don't have a lot of help behind them. Big run of cars here on that inside line. This could be costing a lot of fuel here for Farmer and for Roscoe. Two of the faster cars so far on this track. Joined here by Ashton Pritchard on the outside. Now drivers coming in on that outside line. Lap 142 here of 200.
Looks like the drivers are starting to get a little bit more antsy as we see some more egregious type of plays here. Some switching, some door dinging, some side drafting here as we see number 9 of Farmer starting to take over the lead right now, with Rosca bump drafting them all the way to the lead right now. Looks like the outside lane is starting to get some speed here, Adam. And looks like the number 5 of Morales is, it looks like he just slowed up a little bit, didn't get quite the push. Oh, looks like Ross. Whoa, wait, is there an accident? What happened? Oh, no! The double 0! Done! Oh, my goodness, we're talking about him doing well. And the 07 again, the number 77, 96, the 72. Oh, my goodness, this is...
Delway just speared the 72 in half. Just flew right through the car. Oh, that's the big one. That is almost half the field.
Man, oh my goodness. That in a blink of an eye, we had a big one right here. I think this is the big one.
Rosca got turned.
Yep.
Oh, Rosca went flying. Rosca going airborne.
Oh,
He's into the stratosphere. Oh, look, Chapman's involved again. What a surprise.
Oh, the number 10 machine tried to get his laps back, got punted, got door dinged last minute, trying to avoid that.
Yep,
I'm going to look at it from here.
Rosca's just going down. He's going to get the speed to go in front of the 5. Goes right up with Farmer. And you see it. He's in the lane, but the 5 just had way too much speed with everybody behind him. A good attempt from Rosca there, but watch this. Over to the side. There's the side draft and right into the right rear quarter panel. Rosca into the wall. Hard. Goes flying into Pritchard. Bounces off the 99. Then off the 13. He is in the stratosphere right now. And he just continues to get destroyed. The 90, the 22. This is about half the field involved in this wreck.
Oh my good. And they continue wrecking back there. Oh my
Farmer's
goodness.
just hanging out. By the way, going back to paint schemes, Farmer's is definitely one of my favorites as well. That Monster Energy car as well. That Chevy Camaro is very, very nice. And I think it's kind of safe to say Roska is out of this race.
Yeah, I think it is. And
I don't think anything left of Roska's car after that one.
no, not at all. My goodness.
Speaking of Christopher Roscoe, we do have him finally out of the infield care center. He's joining us in the broadcast booth. Roscoe, it's Marvin and Adam up here in the booth. Can you hear us?
Yeah, I can hear you just fine.
First of all, are you okay?
Physically, yes. Emotionally, probably not.
Well, I think your car ended up in the stratosphere. How was the weather up there? Were the clouds looking okay?
That is twice now I flipped in one of these races, and both times I've been for a wild ride, and
That was insane. Like, I'm happy this is fake racing and not real racing, because that was scary.
I feel like that would be my second concussion this season, maybe third concussion this season if this were real.
You just started. But yeah, I mean, you see it here on the replay. Your car just went up and down. Like, it's not quote unquote fake racing. It's iRacing. It's not, real life. These are sims. Like, there is stuff that these racers will feel. They'll feel the reverberations and everything. But Roscoe, I'm just glad you're okay. You had one of the faster cars of the night too, which I think is why you were saying you're, probably a little
Emotionally,
a little emotional upset if you.
I mean, I got the replay pulled up live right now, and shout out Edward Man, shout out Travis Farmer. All three of us working well together, and we're sitting 1-2 right now, hoping to keep that going. The three of us were sitting 1-2-3 for a bit up front, and we were started towards the back, drove our way towards the front, and teammates Edward, Travis, keep the flag going. Get this win. I want to see MRC at the top of the point standings by the end of this race. Unfortunate, unable to finish this race. I think I heard my crew chief saying about 40 minutes of repairs.
Yeah, so MRC this season is in fact Travis Farmer, Mans in the 99, Pactor in the 59, and Sweeney in the 31, of course, with you, Roska, as well. So definitely just, it's really, really interesting here all around.
I was airborne for like a good minute.
Yeah, so the pace car lights are off here, Roscoe. We gotta let you go. We gotta get back into things here,
Yeah.
but
I gotta head back to the MRC pit boxes. Cheer my boys on, and
you go cheer them on. Great race overall, my friend. Take it easy and have a good night. Marvin, pace car lights are off. It's Farmer on the outside. It's Mans on the inside. MRC running 1-2. Also want to apologize to you there, Marvin, if you didn't get any questions in there for Mr. Rock. My apologies.
No, you're good. All good. No, all good. All good. You asked basically all the questions I would have asked. I mean, the only thing I could have added is I love this paint scheme, but at the same time, it's like maybe might not be the right time to say that. But unfortunately,
Roska may have been like, what paint scheme now?
Yeah, what paint scheme now? Yep, exactly. He's gonna need some Permatex to put that car back together here for the crews. But as we go green right now, we have Farmer leading right now, which is Man's second. Grace flip-flop with Road third and fourth, and looks like
Yeah, unfortunate again. About half the field, so I'm just guessing we're involved in that wreck. You still see a bunch of people here on pit road. People still several laps down. Kilbashian now only 2 laps down. Was 8 laps down after that caution in the first 100 laps of this race. He is slowly coming back into it. Has a chance to finish on the lead lap. But right now, Farmer, who has had the best car all night, has had the strategy, has had everything, his teammate right behind him. But look who's made his way back to the front. It's Ben Road here on the outside.
Yeah, Ben Road for a while there. He was kind of just lurking towards the back, just kind of trying to stay out of trouble. Now he's fighting for the lead.
Oh, excuse me, Nicholas Road. My apologies. Where's my boy Ben Rhodes?
And then another.
No more cautions! Chapman! Chapman! What'd you do? I love how we just immediately went to Chapman because the poor guy's been involved in wreck the entire night. Oh, it's Sweeney.
We're already blaming Chapman here, but it's not him. It's Sweeney and then that beautiful 31 Alpine.
It's not our fault that somebody in the production truck just immediately decided to focus in on Chapman.
Well, if Chapman later sees the stream, apologies. We are not expecting you to be the problem of these cautions, but it just happened to be like that. As we're on board with Sweeney, which already gave a nice embrace, warm hug to that outside wall off of turn 2.
The erasers.
Looks like 3 wide. Oh,
yeah, that was a net code.
Yeah, it looks like it was net code.
No, nobody touched him. No one touched him. He's driving. Nope, net code. The 96 never touched his left rear quarter panel. Yep. 96 never touched the left rear. 96 never touched the left rear quarter panel. So possible net code there for Sweeney, but
how unfortunate.
Listen, hey, erasers. Adam here up in the booth. I would like to go to bed at some point before 2 a.m. If you all could please stop with the cautions, would be greatly appreciated. Please and thank you.
Looks like some pit strategy here. As we focus on Mike Chapman making a.
Can we please leave Mike Chapman alone?
He's getting tires, I think. Okay, he's getting tires, whatever, damage fixed. Hopefully he's back on the road here real quick. And yeah, these man, there's a lot of cautions. Cautions breed cautions, as I've seen it. And as we take a look at that right front brake rotor. And we see the number 96. Looks like the top from 10 on back took tires or fuel, just went into the pits, probably re-splash of fuel, made some tires, get some handling back into those cars, fix whatever damage, as we are on our 11th caution here on lap 150 at Daytona International Motor Speedway. Here with Gen 6 Cup cars.
Shout out Sandy Cheeks. Thought that was kind of funny. So we're going to go to an ad break here real quick. And we will be back here at Daytona for the final 50 laps of the Daytona 500.
Racing is
with the tire wear? Really?
Oh, man.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to a reading of the NASCAR Daytona 500. It was the best of times, it was the worst of times. Oh wait, that's War and Peace. That's literally the only 2 lines I know from that book. I never even read the book.
Anyway, welcome back to the Daytona 500 here at the Overdrive Cup Series. We are in Gen 6 NASCARs. I'm Adam, joined by Marvin in the booth. Sean's hiding in the production hole. I mean production booth, I mean production truck. Greatly appreciate this crew here tonight for the Daytona 500. This for the drivers of the Penny Pleasers Cup, now known as the Overdrive Cup Series. This is the longest race that these drivers have had, I believe. We still have 50 laps to go, now coming up on 49 laps to go. Green flag is out. And, hey Marvin, look who's in the lead yet again! It's Travis Farmer. What a surprise. He's been dominant car pretty much the entire night.
Yes, he has. Yes, he has. And then looking at the roster right now, the number 10 car, he is only one.
He was 8 laps down when he came off of that wreck.
Seems like every time we take our eyes off of him, he gains another lap back and another lap back. And I think he was also involved in 2 of those accidents. They were minor, so it didn't take him out.
Right.
But he's there. And this would not surprise me at all if he would pull a Dale Earnhardt and literally just come back out of nowhere, laps down for the win towards the end of this race.
That would be legendary. That's how you start off with the Overdrive Cup Series. I don't think anyone's beating
And
Travis Farmer.
Another wreck right now. And we say that this is the opportunity. 10 car needed, and I see him at the top right of my screen right now as we're on board with Grace, and he made it through. And he's gonna get his lap back from
Hello?
P14.
Hello, JetBlue. I'm gonna have to reschedule my flight. This race has unfortunately gone on way longer than I thought. I'm gonna need a red eye back home. $400 charge. Damn, I don't have a choice. I'll have to take it. All right. Thank you. No, I'm kidding. You saw one of the cars there go really flying. That unfortunately was Colin Grace. That I don't think Grace caused the wreck. I think he's the one who got turned. So we'll go back and get a view of that wreck as it happened with the magic of television. We're gonna go hit the rewind button here. We're gonna get a quick look at what happened because we only saw the end of it there. Grace got turned. It looked like it was a combination of the 99 and the 96. And the reason I say that, Sean, let's rewind. All right, so we're gonna watch around here. There's Grace. He's there. He's gonna get cut on the left rear quarter panel. The airs that he had cut out, and the 96 just taps him. Grace had absolutely nowhere to go. Unfortunately, the 99 just went a little bit too far up. And the 27 had nowhere to go. And who was in that car? He got freaking yeeted. Pardon my language, he was gone. He went higher than Rosca did. He said, hey, Rosca, you went up to the stratosphere, I'm going up to the moon. Unreal. The guy just got jettisoned. And unfortunately, Delgado involved in that as well. I think that was the number 1 car. So here comes Grace. Gets turned. Yeah, again, just gets turned. There's a 27. Like, really? I didn't even do anything. There goes Nicholas Road. He's through. Where's the car that went flying? We need to get a view of that. Took off like a rocket. It was the orange car. There it is. Let's follow that car right there. Bottom left of your screen. Sees the race. Sees the wreck. Goes up to the top there. That was the... I don't even know.
82
Keep
car.
going. It looked like the 82, yeah.
Yep. And
Bye.
he's flying.
Yeet. Just got yeeted. Catapulted. U.S. Marines became the United States Air Force.
Yeah.
Flying into outer space. Oh, wait, that's Space Force. Never mind. Anyway, in all seriousness, hope everyone's okay. We're going to go on board with the number 82 now, who did go flying. That's our friend from Poland, Kalfers Jr. Got absolutely heated. Race Control wants us to go on board with him as the wreck happened. If we could there, Mr. Sean. Yes, number 82. Let's go on board with him and see it from his point of view. Race Control wants to see it. So you take a look at Corey Kalfers here. He sees the wreck here as it happened, and he knows exactly where he wants to go. He wants to go straight up to the top. He's always studying the needle, going through, going through, going through. Thinks he can get this, gets nailed. Whee! Oh, hello, light. Oh, look, there's the track. Yeah, he got absolutely... I mean, Kalfers had the right idea. Trying to thread the needle to go through just had absolutely nowhere to go. The war of attrition continues here at Daytona. Marvin, the racers should have listened to us. Okay? That's all I'm saying. Play passive. Should have listened. Hang back. And now you see half the field is out or on pit road.
Do you see what I see, Adam, as we're watching this graphic right here?
Sebastian is on the lead lap!
Yes, he is, and he is on pit road, I think. Or no, he's catching up to the field.
He's back.
He's back. He's in it to win it.
Do you
so that
also
goes to
see
show
what I
everybody. What?
Chapman's still on the lead lap.
He's
in 12th.
Man, you know, to everybody who has worked on a car or house, you have that one tool. You have that one tool that no matter if it's been in a fire or it's been ran over by a car or it's been something just demolished. It looks like this number 07 car of Chapman, but it's always there. It does not fail. It looks like it's gone through war, but at the end of the day, it just goes to show you that it pulls through at the end. And that's what this 07 is. If you're up here on the booth, we've seen Chapman in every single wreck so far. And it's just like that old Toyota pickup truck. It's been ran out of oil and it still drives. It still goes. It still keeps going. It's not supposed to be here. And yet here we are talking about Chapman. He's in 12th position. Still on the lead lap. He's still capable of winning this, along with the number 10 car, who's back on the lead lap, 8 laps down. And he's right now looking at finishing in the top 10, essentially. Very impressive.
I mean, he's been involved in several wrecks tonight, but like you said earlier, Marvin, it was very light involvement. Didn't really have much else going on. I mean, he was able to win the war of attrition on his own. Speaking of the war of attrition, Sam Litchfield, he had throttle issues with Grace, Litchfield, and Reyes all had throttle issues. Litchfield's up to 4th. Farmer's in 3rd. Now let's see what happens here, because Nicholas rode in that 98, followed by Brown in the 96, followed up by Farmer in the 9, Litchfield in the 37. Slower J. The 22 round out your top 5. This is going to be a fun finish. Please, no more caution. We don't have actually, we got 14 cars left in the field. 15 if you count Roscoe, who apparently still has like 25 minutes of repairs left. And you see a lot of drivers' cars still being worked on. Kalfers, Johns. Just insane. Sweeney is out. Perriman is out. Durham's out. Packer is out. Pritchard's out. A lot of drivers out already. The war of attrition continues here at Daytona. Chapman is the last racer remaining on the lead lap, and unfortunately, he's got nobody to help him with speed. So he is dropping like a rock. And so is Pienta This has become a single file race here in the top 9. And now it is Road, Brown, Farmer, Litchfield in your top 4 spots. 159 laps of 200. 41 laps to go here in the Daytona 500. I mentioned this earlier. How much is the endurance going to provide to be a factor for drivers that may have never raced an official race this long? And we're seeing it right now. Endurance and just, I don't want to say getting lucky, but avoiding some of these big wrecks and maintaining your composure, working with your pit crews to be able to maintain your positioning on a track like this and to stay out. Again, a 22-car field is now down to 11 drivers. Marvin, 40 laps to go here. What are we looking at for the finish of this race? Remember, I asked you this question earlier. Strategy, fuel consumption, and tires. 40 laps to go. You know you have to come fuel at least one more time. What kind of strategy would you do here coming up on less than 40 laps to go?
And that all depends on who's behind you and who's willing to come with you. Because if you go too early and you're left by yourself, you just essentially pull yourself from winning this race at all. If you're towards the back, you kind of want to do what the leaders do, so you can be able to get some sort of drafting help. But you do have a window. So technically on the full tank of gas, 37 laps, man, anywhere from 1 lap 65 all the way to 1 lap 75. You can start seeing these cars dive into pit road. Unless there's another caution, which I don't want to jinx anybody, but there's a possibility as we're on board with Nicholas Road right now. So what do you think, Adam? What would you do in this position?
I'm going to start thinking about my fuel. I know it's 37 laps. I need to be talking with my pit crew. I need to see who left of my team is still on the lead lap. I need to see, quite frankly, who I'm behind. Right, like, is Litchfield, Road, Brown all going to start working together? Likewise, is the line behind Farmer going to work together? This could literally be just a line effort here. Where we go, okay, we're all coming in together. We're 3, 4, even 5 cars together. Whoever is left, can we all pit together? Let's all get on the same strategy. Fill up on fuel. Brand new tires. Once we get into that fuel window, it's really just a matter of strategy. I'm thinking 20 laps to go if this stays green. Grab a bunch of cars and be the first team to pit. Hope that nobody else causes a caution. We've seen a crazy race here tonight in the Daytona 500 for the Overdrive Cup Series. Adam and Marvin up here in the booth with you. Sean on production. 22-car field has been cut to 11 after the big one happened here at Daytona. It's really a field of time right now. As Kilbashian rounds out the top 9, Pienta and Chapman have nobody behind them. They didn't have the draft. They have been falling like rocks. You can see them there. They have absolutely nobody to help them out with speed. They will most likely be lapped here by the top 9, and this essentially has become a 9-car field. I'm really starting to consider talking to a bunch of other drivers. If I'm Farmer, who was in first for a majority of this, I'm talking to Mans, I'm talking to Kilbashian, I'm talking to Colin Grace, I'm talking to a bunch of these guys going, look, we don't have the lead right now. If this stays green for the rest of it, let's be the first to pit. Let's get our fuel. Let's get our tires. And let's go try and win this thing. That's what I'm thinking. I'm thinking around lap 20, unless there's a caution. We are coming up on the minimum fuel window. There is 35 laps left here in the Daytona 500 for the Overdrive Cup Series. This is where stuff is going to get interesting. 37 laps is your fuel window. What are you going to do, drivers? If you have the top 9, this is really your race. Are Toyotas going to work with Toyotas? Are we going to get teams working with each other? Are we just literally going to get spots? Just 2 Toyotas up at the front, 2 Fords, 3 Chevys, a Ford, and then 2 Chevys round out your top 10. Are we going to get manufacturers working together? Teammates working together? Heck, could be the drivers right in front and behind you working together. Marvin, that's what I'm thinking right now if I'm in this race and if I'm in that top 10. What do I got to do to get the advantage in this fuel window? I'm not going right now. If we get another caution or 2, there's a risk of you being out of fuel. I'm really thinking it's around lap 20, maybe 25. I'm thinking of going in for fuel and tires.
I like that strategy. I do like that strategy a lot. Yep, I agree with you. Just guess we'll have to wait and see what happens here as the leaders are approaching lap 167 out of 200. So
notice how they're going single file too.
Yeah,
they know it's up to them. They know that's all that's left. There's no other cars in the field to help in a draft. If somebody goes out to try to form double side this early, there's a chance you're never getting your current position back.
Now, where did the number 10 and 99 go to? Because I see them off the screen. Okay, so let's say Everman's 8th, 9th. Okay, so it looks like they lost the draft a little bit. So, I'm not sure if this is part of the strategy or they lost the draft and they're like, we'll get it back here in a bit. There's probably another caution. I mean, after all the adversity that Kilbashian went through, 8 laps down, I don't know if he's trying to play it safe right now. I have no idea. He's going to get a top 10 finish from what it looks like. But
as long as he can keep the car clean, yep.
Yeah. I just don't know what his idea is either. I mean, Mans too. He was up there battling for first and kind of just dropped back. So I don't know what the thought process is here.
Sean, I don't know if we have this yet in the production booth, where this is the first race of the season. Do we have an upcoming schedule? Have we been given that yet? While we wait to see if that comes up, friend, reminder, like this live. If you're watching this back, like of course, hit that subscribe button. Follow us here at the Stam Studio Network for a bunch of fun racing. We got Cup Series and a bunch of other leagues here as well. All right, here we go. It's the top 7. Trying to conserve some fuel. And I am being told by Christopher Rosca, the next race. That is going to be fun in and of itself. 30. Michigan is next. All right, here we go. 30 laps to go in the Daytona 500. Now you seriously start thinking about that pit strategy. Marvin, we have been solid now for about 10 laps. There's been no movement. Travis Farmer has been the best car the entire race. Road has also done really, really well. What are you gonna do? Marvin, I'll ask you this in 2 parts. If you're in first place like Road, what's your strategy? If you're in 6th place like Farmer, what's the strategy?
If I was Road, man, I'd try to pit as late as possible. Try to, since I'm looking at the field, not getting too chaotic, single file. Try to set the pace of these final laps as they're counting down. Try to, in a sense, save a little bit, but also keep the pack in a sense to keep it like where it's at, like set the pace.
Yep.
But try not to hit too early. A little bit later. Now, Farmer, I have a little bit more options in the sense of, oh, looks like there's a little bit of a brake check there, but as we're watching these guys battle out. But Farmer, I mean, I would do what the leaders are doing. Just make sure you have help. Try to see who you can work with. Because at the end of the day, if you have help when you come down pit road, that's ideally going to be the best for you. And that way you'll be able to get some sort of draft. Maybe, I don't know, hit a lap earlier if you think you got strategy down than the leaders. Because maybe the leaders might only have 2 cars to help them versus you may come in with 5.
Yep.
5 is better than 3.
Of that, we have the lap cars now back into the draft. There's still a lap down, so Reyes, Pienta, Chapman, the drivers, again, we kind of figured this going through. They lost the draft. They now have been lapped by the leaders, but it's Reyes, Pienta, and Chapman, the lap cars that now are back in the draft. This may prove to be interesting here as well. There's the double line. All right, well, here we go. This is what we've been waiting for. Moves are being made. And now we're going to send you to one final. Crank it up. We'll see if anyone goes with the pit strategy. This is the Overdrive Cup Series, the Daytona 500, here on Stamp Street. I'll wait to get back until this is over. I'll be right back. Go for it, Marvin. That's what I was thinking. We shouldn't go that far. Okay. All right, everybody, welcome back. That was our final crank it up here of the race. We are side-by-side racing. Hope you enjoyed that here. It is the 22 of Solowej that has taken the lead. Road up to 4th. The 96 still maintains that 7th. Postic, Solowej now in the lead. Farmer still holding strong in 6th place. The racers still have to come in. They still have to pit. They do not have the fuel to finish this under green right now. They need to come in and pit. We are 25 laps to go here for the Daytona 500. Chat letting us know that we have now passed the 3-hour mark. This, I believe, has now been the longest race in this series history. I believe the Coca-Cola 600 was the longest race in the Penny Pleasers Cup. So I believe this is now overtaken that. Again, I go back to the endurance. How does the endurance factor pull into this? Sam Litchfield now up to the lead, being pushed here by lap traffic in the 13. This is where lap traffic now, that 13 car. Ponder, 5 laps down. Now everyone getting congested, and Farmer getting back to business. Gone from 6th, now all the way up to 2nd. It is Litchfield and Farmer battling for the lead, but it still ultimately doesn't matter. We still need to be able to go pit. They do not have enough fuel, and The number 5 car, speaking of fuel, has ran out of gas. He's into pit road to refuel and probably take some tires for the finish of the race. When do the rest of the drivers head to pit road? How many go at the same time? If the top 3 last pit on 154. Everyone is going to have to pit. When do they pit?
Yeah, I'm right here, boys. Yeah, it's
Welcome back, Marvin. The 5 car ran out of gas, had to go to pit road, is now a lap down.
oh, that's gonna be, man. We were talking about this earlier, Adam. That's definitely gonna hurt him unless he gets some help from the 07 of Chapman there. But oh man, unless there's a caution or something like that, that may go in his favor, may not. But yeah, that's gonna be rough.
As the 99 has had the pit road. Farmer's pitting! Farmer wants the win. Here we go. Farmer's hoping he'll find him.
Oh, we were talking about this, Adam. Remember we were talking about this. If I was Farmer, I wouldn't have wanted to come in by myself because that's ultimately going to really slow me down unless this pack pits this time by, then he could possibly be close enough to be able to get back.
Yep. Just slowing down, maybe the whole. This is it. If they don't pit here, what are they doing? They're going to stay out. Farmer risking it for the biscuit. Nobody pitted with him, yet most of the field was rooting for him to go and win. Now, if Farmer catches a caution, and that might be the strategy, we know there's been craziness. Maybe he's playing a little bit of a defensive strategy. He has the fuel to finish the race. If there is a caution, there is a chance that Farmer will be able to win this race. That's the strategy he's gonna be playing. But here comes lap traffic. This is important. The leaders are coming. The leaders have to pit. We are being told again by Rosca that Edward Mans, the 99, pitted with Farmer. But again, is that going to be enough? The 99 was already a lap down. These two are going to have to work together.
Look, that's not going to work. That's not going to work with them right now. I was hoping the 9 of Farmer was going to work together with the 99 of Mans, but then it looks like they were kind of arguing over real estate for a bit, so Farmer just decided to overtake, and unless they come in, but no, they're not. They're not going to come in. They're going to stretch it one more lap. Oh, this is going to be rough. Very rough for Farmer.
Fuel window. They don't have it. So this lap is going to be crucial. Now you see the leaders fighting. They have broken their single file. This does give the 99 of Mans an opportunity to push Farmer forward. Now going back single file. Farmer cannot afford to get lapped. Kilbashian has been lapped. They have to pit here. Here comes Litchfield. If Farmer gets lapped, kiss his chances goodbye. He's been lapped, and they haven't pitted.
As we talk about that, there's a wreck. And is Farmer, Farmer was, he barely got lapped, so he's going to be back on the lead lap.
He's going to be in the lead. Farmer will have the lead. He gets the strategy. He's not going to pit. Farmer will unlap himself while everybody else pits. He will be in the lead.
My goodness. Amazing. As we're talking about this right now, Adam, there's a wreck right there. Perfect timing. It couldn't have been any better.
The
Oh my
entire front of the
goodness.
96 has been destroyed.
Oh my goodness. What happened there? Looks like the 10 got out of line a little bit and ran across the front end of the 90 and then
Might have
which
hit the wall.
ricocheted him.
Might have
Yeah,
actually hit the wall. So here's the 10. Oh, Delgado outside of the side tries getting back in the draft. And yeah, Delgado just had too much
right
speed.
there.
It's turned.
Yep.
And into Mans, into the 96.
Oh,
All right.
man.
So this is it. Farmer on the strategy. Pitting by himself on the lead lap. Wanting to catch a caution. That was all he could do. He will stay out. So will the lap cars. Yep, everyone on the lead lap is pitting. They will now have the fuel to finish the race. They will have the tires, the fresh tires as well. But Travis Farmer back on the lead lap. He will have a chance to win here at Daytona. Farmer is not going to be in the lead. Yeah, Farmer will maintain the lead. This is going to be huge because this restart is going to be everything for these drivers. The restart. Farmer will be out front. Everyone right behind him. Once these cars group up, Marvin, we're going to see who actually is where. I don't think Farmer's actually the one in the lead. He's just back on the lead lap. Yeah, no, as we were looking at the top right-hand corner of your screen there at the oval, the top 5 end up being able to, they're just taking fuel. Like Litchfield was in, took fuel and was out. They didn't pit long, they didn't go for tires. With that being said, Farmer will at the very least have the draft back. And we know how dominant that car has been all night long. You give him an opportunity with 15 laps to go when we restart. He's going to have an opportunity. Brian Reyes back on the lead lap as well. So is that 5 of Morales. Pienta back on the lead lap. Still very far down. He'll be by himself again. And we are going to be going through. It'll be 14 laps to go. Once we go. Yep, there it is.
Yeah, so the difference here between road course racing, let's say with the IMSA GT cars and the Cup cars on the NASCAR side when it comes to getting the wave around. So as long as you are 1 lap down, meaning you are about 1 lap down, you can come back around to get your lap back. That's the same principle. The difference is though, some road courses are very long. And so by the time that you get back and catch up to the field, there has been instances, and I personally have been caught up on that end of the spectrum, where you're literally on that second to last corner and the leaders are already going. And that will put you at a disadvantage because not only did you sometimes use up your tires to try to catch up to the field, but you have that distance. Where in NASCAR, there's quite a bit. There's not one circuit on the list that you don't have that opportunity to catch up. So that's the good thing about a lot of these drivers. Unless you're fixing a lot of damage and you're set off, that there's a good chance you're going to get your lap back. You're going to be able to catch up and keep up with the leaders. So road course racing is a little bit different. There's some tracks that work against you and not of your own doing. Just it is what it is. And but with NASCAR, I love it, the fact that you'll be able to keep up with the leaders and not get caught with your pants.
Speaking of the leaders, the pace car lights are off. We are going to have 14 laps to go here in the Daytona 500. Christopher Rosca is back on the track. This is it. We are green at Daytona. Litchfield, Grace, Rhodes, Soljay, Brown, Pienta, Farmer, Reyes, Morales, Chapman.
Another wreck. I think I just saw another wreck right now. We're back to caution. I saw the Dr. Pepper machine and a burgundy car. I don't know who that was. Was it the 77? I don't know. I saw somebody go into the wall or swerving, and that's going to be another caution. Let's take a look at what happened.
There it is. He's just hanging out. He's minding his own business. That was the last wreck. Trying to figure out where this thing came from. I have no idea what happened. Chat said it wasn't even 10 seconds into the restart.
I think, was it this one? No, it was another one. Yeah, this wasn't it. It wasn't
This was
this
the last one.
Whee! Apologies here. We got the right.
Poor Delgado. It was Reyes into the 13, into the 90. The 5 goes back down pit road. Rosca and Chapman avoid the wreck. Delgado's just hanging out, having a grand old time. We're over 3 hours into this race. On behalf of the Stand Studio Network, thank you all that are watching this live and have stayed with us. Tuning into this live, we greatly appreciate you. To Race Control, we greatly appreciate our time and a half overtime. Greatly appreciate you as well. Our invoice is in the mail. Well, technically email. You're gonna see a couple extras. You're gonna see 1 extra 0. I'll be nice. You're gonna get 1 extra 0 at the end of our invoice. We greatly appreciate you, because you didn't tell us ahead of time that this would be a 200 lap plus hour race. Get your drivers in line, please. That's all I'm saying.
This is going to be a sprint to the finish. And do we want to place bets on how many more cautions we're going to get before we're done with this?
No, no, we don't.
I'm going to go ahead.
Back in your holes. Stop it.
I'm going to go ahead and say that we're going to get about 3 more cautions before we're done. That might be a little bit overzealous, but 3 more cautions.
I quit. 3 more cautions. I quit. No, I'm kidding. So all kidding aside, Sean's been doing a great job in the production booth. And we are being told by Race Control that unfortunately, the 21 of Brian Reyes is going to get a restart penalty.
Yeah, I did see that. I did notice that Reyes got slingshot. He had a good run coming to the restart, which I think might have had a play.
Yeah, he's the one who caused the wreck. He's going to make it 3 wide here on the side. And then
I think the 13...
He gets, it was the 13 that had nowhere to go into Reyes. So the 13's the one that caused the wreck. Unfortunately, Reyes was just out to the side trying to make a move. 13 was just caught with nowhere to go. So with with the restart violation, we're gonna have like 200 more laps to go with 400 more cautions. Nope. But we're gonna have, I think it's gonna be 11 laps to go, if I'm not mistaken. We've lapped we should be around 11, 10 laps here to go.
Okay, so it should be a small sprint to the
Yep.
finish
We're
here.
we're also being told by Hewling that that 21's restart violation, he was going before the leaders.
Got it. That makes sense. For everybody in chat asking or questioning why there was a violation, and there you go. He started right before the leaders. Anytime you do a restart like that, it's always the leaders' job to start the race. So if you're second, third, or fourth, more so second, you have to be a Hawkeye with that person in first. If they go, then you automatically go, but you cannot outtree the leader. It's not like drag racing. It's you have to go when the leader goes. If you time it right, you can be right there with them, or sometimes you can beat them to the line, but they've already went. Or they could get a bad restart. But as long as you don't leave before the leader, you're A-okay. In this case, Ray has jumped the start before the leader went.
All right. We're coming up to the Geico restart zone. Here we go, finally. And a big shout out once again to our sponsors in the upper right-hand corner. Green flag is back out here at the Daytona 500 here from Daytona International Speedway. This is where we're going to start seeing drivers get a lot more aggressive. This is for the win. This is for the 500. We have 10 laps to go. Everyone has fuel. Everyone's going to be able to finish the race in the lead lap. We have a bunch of wrecks tonight. We've had 14 cautions, actually 13 cautions. Okay, now we have 14 cautions.
Oh my goodness, number 90. Looks like there was caution involving the number 90 car, like went off screen. Oh, so looks like it involved Kabashian, which, mind you, he was 3 laps down. Now he's gonna get one of those back. It's gonna be 2 laps down. And what happened there? It looks like Angel Delgado in the number 90 car. Looks like, oh, so was that race the number 5? Yeah, it looks like he got in the inside of the 90. So the Dr. Pepper machine. The 99. I think the 99 had a run. Looks like the 5 went up to try to tuck up behind, I believe. And I think when he did that, he may have misjudged it. Okay, Alex and the 5. Okay, no, it looks like the 99 went down on the 5, which collected both of those cars. The 10 was involved, but continued on with its race. Yeah, the 99 went down. I think the 99 went down trying to draft on the 21 and then didn't notice that the 5 was there. And, well, around they went. The 10 car kept going. Yeah, that's, man. But he's still in it. He's still in it. So
Race Control wants to have a little bit of fun now. All right. So I was joking with Race Control. Race Control now joking back. It's been a long race. I joked with Race Control. I said overtime pay. They then come back and said Chapman will have his damage repaired after this yellow, so he can still win.
Coming out of hibernation real quick. We start to talk about pay. That's when we get for real. That's pretty damn funny there, Adam. I appreciate the other thoughts.
I can't tell if Sean's talking or if Sean's wallet is talking. Marvin's like, I'm just here so I don't get fined. Doing his best Marshawn Lynch.
I don't need a Kyle Busch fine. Thank you very much.
He's doing his best Marshawn Lynch. I'm just here so I don't get fined. All right. So all kidding aside, I think we're going to have I have no idea. Sean, can we pull up who's actually on the lead?
I think we're
And let's
8 cars into the lead lap, huh? I think. I want to
I have
guess.
no idea at this point.
Real quick, Adam, no, I'm not going to pull up who's on the lap. Just kidding here. Top
You will
left
do
of the screen.
it, and you will like it!
There you see it. How about it, though? Alex Moros. They're up in the top 9. Mike Chapman, Edward Mance. But what about Kelbastian? He still is 1 lap down in this race here, boys and girls.
My goodness. We have another caution. He's back in the lead lap. He's gained about 11 laps so far on the lead lap, like just on the field. That's some luck right there that I've ever seen.
Gonna have a bunch of fun. All kidding aside here is your leaders. It is Litchfield out front, followed by the 96er Brown, who we know was involved in the wreck. I don't think he still has a front of his car left. Might literally be being held on by duct tape at this point. Travis Farmer, who again has been the best car all night long. Pienta, who, shout out to Jeremy Pienta for pretty much coming back from, again, remember Marvin, he was originally lapped with Chapman.
Yes, I do.
He had no draft. He's now in 4th place. Nicholas Rode in 5th. Colin Grace. Brian Reyes. Soloage. I have to figure out how to pronounce his last name. My apologies. Soloage, Morales, and Chapman, who is in 10th. So those are your top 10. That's the only racers that are on the lead lap. We are going to be coming up on 6 laps to go. There have been 14 cautions. 15 if you count the accidental caution that was thrown by accident. 14 cautions. 200 laps. 3+ hours long. We are on the backstretch. Going to be coming up to the start-finish line. Also, Alex Morlis is telling us personally, hi, from Race Control.
Hello.
Hello, back to
Hello,
him. You did a
Alex.
Good job.
All right. Marvin, Sean, 3-man booth.
3-man for the end of the race? We doing it?
At the end of the race, 3-man booth. We have been witness to craziness, but also, if I do say so myself, what a performance, regardless of where Farmer finishes, regardless of where Road finishes. They have done outstanding here. Farmer the entire race. Road's been up there most of the race as well. Big shout-outs to those two. But this is it. Hopefully, for the final time, the pace car is off. 6 laps to go as they enter the Geico restart zone. The Daytona 500, we would like to finish under green. Can that happen? Litchfield takes us to the front. Farmer right behind on the outside, the 96 and the 77, making their play along the outside line. We know it's not been the line of choice tonight. Farmer right up on the rear end of the field, backed up by the 98 Road. Now going out to the side, Road trying to make a play, and the inside line is crumbled. It's Brown and Pienta. Pienta making a play on the inside line, cutting out Brown. Pienta wants the win.
My goodness, what a play by Pienta, followed by Grace. Remember, he was having issues with throttle, and now look at him. He's in second place, pushing Pienta with Reyes, who did just recover from that pre-restart penalty, in third place, followed by Brown. It's actually kind of tame right now, which is kind of weird for 5 laps to go, but anything can happen right now.
Quick point out here. Brian Reyes, the winner of the Daytona 500 from last season, now in second place, looking to win back-to-back Daytona 500s. Colin Grace, in my opinion, the most underrated racer in the Penny Pleasers Cup that never got a win, that never really sniffed a dominant top 5. that I can recall. He is out in front, getting almost turned by Reyes, now getting passed by Brown and Road. This is going to go back and forth. Who's doing what? Reyes wants that win. He's right on Reyes' rear end. Reyes right now at the speed. Uh-oh. Boys, Reyes with nowhere to go. Good save there. Now here comes Litchfield on the inside. All the way back, unfortunately, he's just getting blocked several ways from Sunday. It is Brown out in the lead. We are coming up on the final 3 laps of this race. Road getting a little bit loose there.
3 miles to go here from Daytona International Speedway. Mental wounds not healing, driving these drivers insane. We're going off the rails off a crazy train. Jackson Brown, Nicholas Road, Samuel Litchfield in the top 3. We got 3 in the booth, 3 laps to go here tonight.
Oh my gosh, boys, you could not pick at this with a fine comb tooth for a fine cone hair comb here.
Oh,
We're looking
here
at
we
right
go.
now, number 37. No,
Litchfield.
he was doing
No,
so
look.
well.
Chapman
my-
got swiped again.
I was just about to
Chapman's
give props
just
to
trying to
Chapman.
drive, and he got swiped by Litchfield.
You could see those brake rotors locking up. He's like, not again, not again.
Oh, no, boys. We still got so much racing left to go.
Oh
We are
my
going
goodness.
to go to overtime. Here in the Daytona 500, it'll be a green-white checkered. Oh my goodness. That was just really good racing. There's nothing you could do there. That was just really, really good racing all around from the drivers. They all want the win. We're trying to find the caution.
Sorry.
Speeding things up here. No, you're fine.
Who is it involved?
It's
Because
fine.
we did have quite a few drivers involved. Looks like Kostek as well as that's that Poland driver. There we go. 37 involved, 27 involved, also 96.
Yep. So there you go. He had nowhere to go. Litchfield just into the wall.
Oh, that was
Kostek
2
nowhere
separate
to
incidents,
stop.
boys and girls.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Here we go. 2 separate. The 5 into the wall. 37 into the wall. Yep. The 5 caused the initial caution into the back of Pienta. And then it was Litchfield at the same time. Ashton Pritchard.
Don't
joining
laugh
us in
at him
YouTube
now.
chat. Ashton Pritchard says in chat, 72 here, and all I gotta say is the base car is out of gas.
Oh, okay. I thought that was a different incident there on track. Okay, apologies there, boys and girls.
No. Okay.
Okay, real
Listen.
quick, Chapman, I think
Last time. Rosca, I already gave you your celebratory.
right. We got to hop on board with Rosca here, don't we?
Obligatory mention. I already said you were back on track. Leave me alone.
As we hop on board with Rosca, I think I know why Christopher mentioned that to you here, Adam. Here, look at the damage to the number 00. Rosca back onto the lead lap.
Oh
is
my
that why?
goodness.
I thought he was like 47 laps
He
down.
was at one point, but I at least he's getting 1 wave around. Nope, I'm still showing at least more than
Yeah,
one
he's
lap down.
several
Sorry.
laps down.
Yep. Sorry, Christopher. I was selling.
40
that for you.
laps now. He's got it. So you're saying that? So you're saying there's a chance?
Well, hey, there is a chance. Kelbashian 1 lap down left. And
this is
something
great.
tells me this isn't the last caution. Okay. So he may get his lap back and he may fight for a win. I don't know.
I
But
want to go to bed.
John, wake up. No, all kidding aside, Rosca has had, again, he was, you know what sucks? Rosca had
Vacuums?
one of the 2 best cars. John, you want to go back into your
Ah! Yes, I do. So, Marvin, I'm sorry, man. This is what happens when we get overtime finishes. I'm sorry, man.
This is
No,
also
you're
what
good.
happens
You're
when you
good.
get Sean and I doing commentary together.
No, it's entertaining up here, boys. I wouldn't want it any other way.
All right. Well, with that being said, all kidding aside, we have,
A
if
white
I'm
flag.
not mistaken, it's going to be 8 drivers on the lead lap. This is going to be a potential really big finish. It's going to be a crazy finish. You saw how much heading into 3 laps to go. How very big and very important it was to every one of those top 8 drivers, Marvin. They all were trying different ways of getting to the front. I expect nothing different here in overtime. Green-white checker to take it home.
This is true. I agree with that, Adam. I do agree with that. They're going to keep trying different ways, but with those different ways, you might intersect somebody else's thought process, and that's where the caution can come out. They may be thinking the same thing you are. If you don't get enough space, well, that's it. And you can't get a waiver around now, as late as this race is. So, I don't know. We'll see. We'll have to wait and see.
All right. I am checking with race control for the overtime rules here for the Overdrive Cup Series. All right. So here we go. Here are your overtime rules. 3 overtimes only.
So 3
When
attempts
the
at
white
overtime.
when the white flag flies, they are racing back to the checkered no matter what. It is not the next flag wins. It is a race to the checkered. Plain and simple. Should we get to the white flag, it's a race to the finish. There will be no finishing with a caution flag or any other flag. This is it. Marvin, you ready?
As ready as I will be.
John, are you ready?
I'm back out of my hermit crab shell. Here we go. Green flag racing from the
Wait.
Daytona International Speedway, World Center of Racing.
YouTube chat, are you ready? Let's go. Overtime, number 1, green, white, checkered. That is how things are going to finish up here for the 500. It's the 96 taking us to the front, but here we go. We'll get those overlays up here for you soon. There you go. It's Brown, it's Grace, it's Reyes, Road, Farmer, Pienta. This is going to be a fight. You see them already. Double lines going. Reyes, the Daytona 500 winner in Penny Cup. He wants back-to-back Daytona 500 wins. All the way from having throttle issues, 2-3 laps down. He's fought his way here. He's got his teammate Colin Grace in front. It's the 96 getting a little tough. Here we go. Finally, this is it. We're going. Is the caution being thrown? No. White flag.
No.
This is it.
white flag. We're racing.
Race to the finish.
Three cars are drag racing for the win here. That is it. 2 Toyotas versus 1 Chevy. We have Road, Brown, and Reyes coming off turn 2 onto the back stretch.
And
Will
Reyes do
Brown
it.
try to work together with Reyes? Nope.
Reyes do
Reyes
it.
says, get out of the way. I'm taking this. Now are they going to work together and draft? Road better run.
Road is being caught up to. Road coming around the back straightaway. Reyes wants it. Reyes turning him. And now the 96 is a possibility. Good save by Road. This is it. Coming up to the restart zone. Who takes the checkered? Nicholas Road wins the Daytona 500.
Oh my goodness. Wow, what a finish. Brown turned Reyes last minute. I mean, he still crossed the finish line in 3rd place. Nicholas Road, the number 98 Bass Pro Shops Toyota Camry, is your winner for the Daytona 500 and the Overdrive Cup Series race.
What a way to start off the Overdrive Cup Series, formerly known as the Penny Pleasers Cup, the inaugural Overdrive Cup Series, the 2nd season for this league overall. Watch this finish. The 21 just blocking, the 96 having none of it. Road says, you all fight, I'm taking home the victory.
man, but you got to give it to the number 98 of Rhodes. He literally, there was a moment he was sideways. I thought he was going to lose it, and he just ended up taking the win. My goodness. And nobody else was able to catch up to them. So Rode, Brown, and Reyes, drag race. And right there is your winner, Nicholas Rode, tonight's winner.
So we need again to continue. We want to see this burnout. Go for it, Nicholas. You deserve. What a race. 3+ hours, almost 4 hours long. The longest race here in the Overdrive Cup Series. I believe we far surpassed anything in the Penny Pleasers Cup for Season 2 for this league overall. A bit of an interesting finish. I'll play that interesting race. We had 15 cautions. I lost count of how many official. Here are your finals. That's our qualifying results. Here's our race. Here we go. Nicholas Rode in first, Jackson Brown in second, Brian Reyes will take third. Caustic Slowa J will take 22nd. My apologies. Unreal. Just Corey Kalfers from Poland was running so well. Finishes in 16th place. Travis Farmer here. Man, Marvin, you can argue best car all night. Finishes in 5th place. Samuel Litchfield in 6th. Alice Young Morales in 7th. Jeremy Pienter in 8th. Mike Chapman finishes in 9th despite being in a bunch of crashes for the 500. And then Colin Grace, who almost pulled off a win here at the 500, finishes in 10th. That will do it here for us. Sean, I'm thinking we need to head back into the other Discord. We'll see if we can talk to anybody on the podium.
Hey, real quick, speaking of that, if you got a drivers right now live in the driver chats, make sure you make your way down into the basically general chat. Then we'll get you all moved up into the broadcast booth over in the Overdrive Cup Series race here tonight. That was a lot of fun. That was Adam and Marvin bringing you live coverage here in the production. Pretty much the old, what would you call it? The commentator booth. I was producing here, but behind the scenes. But looks like, man, once again, that was such a fun race to watch there. Looks like it's going to be Nicholas Rode, number 98. Jackson Brown and Brian Reyes rounding out our top 3 final driver interview spots here tonight.
Yeah, let's get Marvin an invite here. We need to get him setting in. We'll pull him up here, Sean. And if we can get, I'm going to go ahead and talk to race control. Let's get a podium.
Adam, it's not letting me drag people up here in this Discord, so join me down there in the interview, the poll room, the top 3, real quick right now. Well, we have a nice battle, and goodness gracious, it couldn't have got closer to it. How about it? Well, Adam, welcome back down here into the interview poll room, where we are with driver, the one, the only, showing the 00 tonight and the driver profile picture. How about it? You got yourself a copy.
Oh, yeah, I'm here. Woo!
What a race.
What a race.
What a battle here tonight. Adam, I'm going to leave it with you here with the final driver interview booth.
All right. Well, we're going to talk with Christopher Roska here real quick as we wait for the top 3 to make their way off the podium so we can talk to them here. Rosca, you had one of the best cars here all night. You managed to be about 40 laps down, still coming in and finishing in the top 20. Excuse me. How'd you feel about that race here overall?
That was long. Whew. Started towards the back. Didn't qualify very well. I'm not very good qualifier. Started towards the back, just bided my time. About the halfway point, lap 80, lap 85, started charging to the front with my team. Dominated that little bit and just got involved in that wreck. Managed to get it to pit, well, had a tow to pit road. Got all 40 minutes of repairs done.
God.
Jumped back in the car and gained 2 positions in that last stint while I was back on track. So secured myself a 15th place position with a car that is destined for the MRC junkyard. That car is not coming with us to Michigan. I'm gonna get a brand new car for Michigan.
All right, Marvin, you can go ahead and gush over Rosca's paint scheme.
I appreciate it, Adam. No, Rosca, man, I was pulling for you. I was rooting for you. And then when that incident happened, I'm like, oh my goodness. And I would love to say, your paint scheme was the best one personally out of everybody here racing today. So I would like to say, if that makes you feel better, maybe not, but makes you feel better, you got the best paint scheme today out there.
Well, I'm bringing a variant next week to Michigan. I'm bringing the blue variants of this paint scheme to Michigan. So you'll see more Permatex on my hood, more Permatex on my rear bumper. Hopefully you won't have to see my undercarriage next week, but I've flipped there before. There's a chance I could flip again.
Well, hopefully not.
Yeah.
All right, Rosca, well, we appreciate you. Head on
Yeah.
out of here. Go get some snacks. Go hydrate over in the driver care center.
I think the
We
infield care
appreciate
center
you.
wants to take another look at me after that wreck.
Oh.
Haven't made my way back that way, but man, what a finish. Hopefully, didn't get the results that I truly wanted, but can't be too frustrated with Travis Farmer taking home a top 5 for MRC, but not as dominant as I was hoping, and really not as dominant as the midway of this race.
Ate a catch, Vince.
I did.
Ate a catch.
Oh, boo, boo,
What is
boo, boo.
happening?
I found that catch
Our
fence
interview
hard.
booth is being taken over by Trenton Johns.
What a
Oops,
race,
this
Trenton.
is an
Thanks for that shit to the 5 that wrecked me.
How is this becoming the MRC, like, just gush fest?
Oh, Trenton
realize
Johns
it.
isn't on
You
MRC
came
anymore. He
down
left.
with
Fight,
Travis,
fight,
dude.
fight, fight.
Don't
This was the interview.
don't try to blame that on me. You came down with Travis knowing you barely had any room, and I had the
Yeah.
speed coming into that turn.
I was still
Marvin,
clear.
we've lost
I
all
was still
control
clear.
in the interview booth. We've been
Yeah.
bodyguards are outside. They
I'm
need
here
to go
to
take a
I'm
nap.
here to say that
Bodyguards
this race was
screwed all over the
full.
place.
I should have won. I am the people's champion.
I passed you. I finished
Wait,
higher
stop,
than you,
John.
so no, you shouldn't have won.
Fight, fight,
I
fight,
should have
fight.
won.
You should
I don't know.
Coming in.
have
Just
three
coming in
times in a
right now.
row and
I
wrecked
led
me.
more laps than Rosca. I am the people's champion.
Okay, real quick.
I don't know.
Uh,
John's had a top 5 car tonight.
Other than the people's champion, other than Nicholas Road coming away with a race win, real quick, but I mean, I think what all makes this
We
happen
can
here
control
tonight,
back, please.
Jackson Brown, Brian Reyes, the official top 3 runners here tonight. Jackson, Brian, you got yourself a copy.
They're not here.
They're not
Well,
here
okay,
yet.
now that they're not here, this makes me look even more. Okay, all right, I'm just out of here. I'll see y'all later.
I will-
Goodness gracious.
I will speak on Brian's behalf. He is
Oh, that's
very
fair.
upset because he doesn't know where he finished and he went to bed.
Oh, okay. Well, night, Brian Reyes. We congratulate you all on a great race opener, season opener tonight. Adam, goodness gracious. Marvin, I appreciate you joining me up here in the booth. I gotta run. I have another broadcast here to do. Apologies, boys and girls. But congratulations on the top 3 here tonight. I'll catch you later. Apologies, boys and girls. I'll catch you
We'll catch you next time
next
when the Stam Studios
week.
works. Marvin, thanks for joining us here.
Marvin,
Final thoughts.
Marvin, Adam, final thoughts here before we get going.
Marvin, go ahead.
Man,
There are
it was an awesome race. I mean, it was all over the place. There was flips, there was door banging, there was name calling, there was admiration of the paint schemes, and heck, I still didn't get my filet mignon, but it's okay. At the end of the day, it was a lot of fun with you boys. I had a lot of fun. It was great announcing with you guys, and hopefully we can do this again.
Yeah, likewise, Marvin. That was a ton of fun. Nothing else for me here. Looking forward to Michigan next week. Congratulations to our winners. Again, Nicholas Road, your winner of the Daytona 500. Sean, take us home.
What a race, what a finish. Fireworks a poppin' here tonight. Congratulations to our race winners, Nicholas Road, Jackson Brown, Brian Reyes, our top 3 finishers. Adam, I appreciate you so much, as well as there Marvin Samayoa. Have a great rest of your night. I'm gonna go catch another broadcast here tonight. I am double booked here tonight. Have a great rest of your night, and have a I'll catch you Monday night for Monday Night West Coast Sim Racing League. I'll catch you next time. Have a good one, and until then, Sean Stam on Stam Studio Network, Brian Reyes, congratulations on top 3, Jackson Brown, top 2, Nicholas Road, our race finisher here tonight, Adam, as well as Marvin Samayoa. Have a great rest of your night. Sean Stam on Stam Studio Network. I'll catch you tomorrow night.